Let's go!
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Hello. How are we doing, everybody? We are live on a Thursday. It's weird to say that, man. It's
gonna become maybe more normal. We'll see.
It's gonna become more normal as we get rolling here in the NFL season. But hey, welcome in, everybody. My name is Chris. This is Scott. We are your host for the Actionlab, your premier sports and entertainment talk show. It's like talking sports with your friends inside your living room, except your friends are all over the world. There you go. So we have a special show tonight. It's going to be a quick show, and we're going to be doing some fantasy football drafting for our Actionlab leagues that we have put together this year. Now, we didn't get to do this last year, Scotty. We did not get to, we didn't know how we would be doing it. We didn't have enough people to do it. But now we do. We have enough for 2 leagues. We're here. We've made it. So,
I mean, big time.
We are
big time. I'm hyped for it, Chris. This is gonna be fun. Sounds like the people are that are in the league are excited. So hopefully that's the case. We got like 10 of 12 already in the draft room. And we got like 10 minutes till it even kicks off. So that's good. We're waiting on a couple people here. Looks like Boss Hog and Klept. Is Klept? Klept must be I, right?
I think so.
Gotta be. So
but yeah, no, it's gonna be a fun night. We already have people hyped in the chat. We have Moon Princess. I may have sat in chat an hour before this just waiting. Like that's dedication right there. I love it. Moon's all over it.
Moon, I was worried about you today, though.
We are all worried about you.
One, you being sick, and then to double down, I don't know if you saw. I assume you saw the news about Punt God. Did you see that, Chris? I think Chairman posted in our Discord too. Punt God, Matt Ariza, or however you say his name, in some legal trouble, Chris. I don't know if you saw. Did you see it?
I did not. I did not see this.
He, I guess, there's a civil suit that was just filed, I think, in California, where him and 2 other males took part in allegedly raping. I don't know how else to say it, Chris. I try to make it more raping a 17-year-old girl while he was at Arizona State. So.
Bruh.
We'll see. I mean, obviously, I do say allegedly. I don't want to, bury him yet, but that's not a good thing to come up before your first game in the NFL.
Definitely not. I would say that's the opposite.
And this one is civil. It is a civil suit, so it's not a criminal prosecution here. So it's just a civil, but. Yeah, I mean, for those purposes, it doesn't matter as far as if they find it that there's a reasonable possibility that this occurred, then yeah, I mean, get him out immediately.
Absolutely. Why can't we be good people in this world? Let's be a good person. Like that's all we ask. I believe they're preparing a criminal case. Crazy. Well, man, that's wild.
Not great. Not great for, and they literally, like, this comes right after they cut their other punter like 2 days ago or whatever it was. So,
Getting the hell out.
Not a great look, man.
Get him out.
We'll see what happens. What else? On a more positive note, what do we got here in the chat? Chairman, of course, he made this joke in our Discord. The Browns are now pursuing the punt god to be on their team, offering a lot.
Guaranteed. Give him a ton of guaranteed money.
Yeah. We got a couple people in the chat that are in our second draft on Monday. Milwaukee did say, I'm talking with Gigi, are we having a Super Bowl between the leagues? She is sad I am not drafting tonight. I don't know how. I guess we just like make it last a week longer or something. I don't know how we do that, or we can just figure it out on our own. The problem is then we'd have to have ours finish in like 2 weeks prior, because you never want fantasy to be decided on like the last week of the season when teams are sitting guys and stuff like that. So
no, 100%. And we could do like it's kind of like a Super Bowl thing where maybe it's like we still play each individual Super Bowl, and then we could take those Super Bowl scores. We have to say it ahead of this season, obviously. That would have to be the president. But we take those combined the scores, and whoever scores the most of those top two. But that's kind of weak. I mean, it's not like you're going head to head.
Yeah. I mean, and again, I can't stress this enough that this won't be as entertaining as everyone thinks when it's literally me facing me in the Super Bowl. It won't be that entertaining for you guys,
watch, and all of a sudden, football wife is like, just destroying you in this one, and
I literally have nothing to gain in this league, Chris. I've talked so much trash already before even picking a single player that if I win, it's just like, he's annoying. If I lose, I deserve all the smoke. I deserve all the shit coming down on me.
Well, we're less than 5 minutes away from drafting and kicking off here, and it looks like we have a couple people still. Orioles was in here, but then
Orioles was in. He left.
So we'll see what happens.
Let's go.
I'm gonna message a couple of these that aren't here in Discord here just to be like, hey.
Well, and then
we're about to start it off. And Boss Hog has the first pick, and he's not in.
Well, Boss Hog also has his own Discord where he was active like 10 minutes ago.
I feel like they're doing is he doing another fantasy league in that Discord tonight?
I don't know.
Not a choice.
It's a bold choice, Cat. See how it pays off for him. Cat, if I make it to the top with Davis Mills on the roster, says Average. Milwaukee, the champs play each other. We can chance play each other.
It have to be week 17.
Yeah,
I guess there's 18 weeks now, right?
So it's just like I
don't know what it's set up to though. Right now, I might have set it up to go through week 17. It's a good thought, but now I don't know. I don't know if I prepped that well enough.
No, it's we have to figure out how we want to score it because there's also, if you go to that last week, people like you said, teams resting guys. So if you have guys on those rosters, it's kind of tough. What's up, Marie? How we doing? Another Thursday. Haha, Moon Princess.
What's up, Marie? Broncos has a good point. Love me some me. Who do you think you are? I am. That's a great quote. I should use that more for myself.
Have you seen that clip, by the way?
No.
Oh my goodness. At some point, you could do it now or you could do it later. Or maybe I could pull it up. Hold on.
I mean, it's almost drafting time. I'm focused, Chris. I did a lot of mock drafts picking at 11. I think I know what direction I'm going to be heading, at least in general, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, I think, for me, by the way, that quote is a bowler. It's a guy who like has like an insane bowling game, and he's like in the championship, and he's on ESPN, and he bowls and he hits the strike, and he's like, "Yeah, who do you think you are? I am." And he's like all fired up. He's like this old dude, and he's just like totally egoed out after hitting that strike, and he's just, oh man, you have to. It's one of the best sports clips ever.
I actually, now that you say that, I have seen it, Chris. I just didn't put that together, but I definitely have seen that clip, and it is literally amazing because, I mean, it's probably similar to me because literally, I mean, my confidence comes from, I mean, this dude was a bowler, and he's the most confident man in the world, which is also similar to where my confidence comes from. There's no reason for me to have any confidence, Chris. None whatsoever. But I do anyway. Or it's fake swagger. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just shielding from an inner sensitive soul, Chris. I don't know. Hey. You know, I'm just protecting myself by, you know, being cocky and confident on the outside. But on the inside, I'm just a mess.
Inside, it's like, you know, what are they like? Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. Like, I mean, you could put anything in that category, right?
All right. I messaged all three people. We got Boss Hog in here now. Andy, that was some deep self-reflection. Yeah, there's a lot of issues internally here, not just externally. It goes both ways. Boss Hog looks like he's in, so that's great because he has the number 1 pick. Evan, Orioles fan, was in before, so hopefully, Murray, you work for the Rockies. We understand, Scotty. Yeah, it's not always an easy gig, you know.
It's true.
And Klepto, I don't think has been in at all. So hopefully, at least we have 11 of 12 in. I don't know what happened to Evan because he was in before and now he's not, but. Worst case scenario, they auto draft, so it is what it is. They knew the time, they knew the schedule, and they may miss it. I'd hate to miss. I'm gonna roast the auto picks. I'm gonna roast them, Chris.
Kyle Morgan, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Hey, there you go. What's up, Kyle? Oh, woo. We're here.
I was unprepared for that noise.
All right. Well, we are on the clock here. Let's go. Gary Anderson is going to be my kicker. Yes. All right. Love it. Don't be taking my kicker. Don't be double dot. Don't do it. I
mean, we know one kicker that's going off the board in this first round. Looking at you, football wife. Looking at you. I wouldn't. I mean, he's your guy. You gotta draft him. Don't sit and wait and regret later. Because if it goes to round 2, I might pick that man up.
All right. So there we go. All right. We have first pick off the board. Actually, let me adjust this real quick. I think
Boss Hog taking Jonathan Taylor. Pretty standard. I think that's the general consensus in most drafts. And then we have Cup Yours. That's Devil Doc. If you guys don't know, Cup Yours is Devil Doc. He goes Christian McCaffrey with the number 2 overall pick. He must have been on our stream last night and heard my advice, you know?
Pretty standard here.
We do have Evan back, so we're only missing Klept at this point, which is pretty good. When did you start stream, says Cloud? It just gave me the notey. We started, probably 10, 15 minutes ago.
Cooper Kupp off the board.
We're doing a live draft with our fantasy draft here with our Cooper Kupp going 3 overall. All right, casually average. That's we're getting aggressive. Devil Doc, Scotty, great minds think alike. I love it, Devil Doc. I love the number 2 pick. I said on our stream last night, I had the number 2 pick in our second draft on Monday, and I will take at number 2 whoever is there between Taylor and McCaffrey. Wide receiver at 3, obviously, is a big one. Derrick Henry goes 4. All right, Evan. Derrick Henry. Obviously, Derrick Henry was shattering the world the first half of last season before he got hurt. So while I don't know, this is a PPR league, in case you guys don't know. So you do get a point per reception. He's not a great pass catching threat, but at the same time, I mean, if he's putting out, he was the number 1 PPR back before he got hurt last year because he just dominated that much. We'll see. They have some offensive line changes, Chris.
This might be our chance to strategize right now that Cleft is giving us a full minute and a half with, auto pick here. So auto pick is going to give him Austin Eckler. Looks like.
What if he could have made a his own draft board before this, Chris? We don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I doubt it. I think we're going Eckler here because that's what the board reads, but we'll see.
Justin Jefferson dropping all the way down to pick 6 if Klepp doesn't to make a move here, which is kind of wild. Justin Jefferson is one of the best wide receivers on this draft board,
Boss, the order's right on the right, so you can see it. It was one was JT. It went JT, McCaffrey, Kupp, Henry, and now, as Chris predicted,
Diggs.
we got Eckler. We got Diggs coming. Moon Princess just had to get a bill. Had to get a Buffalo Bill in there.
Hey, she wants her boy. She's gonna be cheering him on all year long.
Can't blame you for supporting your squad. That is a wild card pick a little bit.
Moon Princess, are you surprised?
I mean, I'm only surprised because I literally have I participated in a lot of mock drafts that never did someone pick Diggs there, but it is your fandom. I get it.
Ooh, and do I say football wife goes Jamar Chase here?
Football wife. Does Justin Jefferson just fall into your lap, Chris?
I mean, oh no, football wife. Why didn't you want?
Football wife says no, no, sir.
I mean, she was just like, she had her boy there, just like Moon Princess
there for the taking.
It was there for the taking,
and she like betrayed. So I guess football wife, you're down on Jamar Chase this year. Not a big Jamar Chase guy. Don't believe in him.
All right. So
all right, Chris Bayless on the clock here.
I'm not gonna overthink this too much. I think Jamar Chase is where I'm going here. Let's do it.
I mean, why don't you just go on auto draft, Chris?
I could.
That's basically the next pick available, and you just auto draft it. So we have 4 wide receivers off the board in the top 8 picks. So running backs are available if you like them. There's a lot of wide receivers still here, but we got good old Deb on the clock here.
Let's go.
Where's she going here?
Deb. I don't know. I mean, I've been coaching her a little bit. I've been coaching her to, stick with. She was like, "Do you take quarterbacks in the first round?" And I was like,
Yes, you do. You do.
It's kind of a reach, but fill out your other positions. She goes Mike Evans. Okay, love it. All right.
Mike, another wide receiver. I mean, we are just diving into wide receivers here.
All right,
Andy, I assume Tua is going above Mahomes. Yeah, Tyreek said that Tua is a better quarterback, and he's played with both guys. So Tua should absolutely go above Mahomes in this draft. No doubt about it. Thanks for bringing that up. All right, we got who we got now? We got G Girl with the number 10 pick. Probably some players she didn't think would be here at this point.
Now keep in mind,
Najee Harris is the top ranked player on ESPN's. Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel. A lot of guys here.
But she's been doing mock draft after mock draft. She's been doing mock drafts for like a month and a half now.
Devontae Adams, we are going wide receiver crazy here, Chris. Wide receiver crazy.
Devontae Adams is off the
people
board.
Are in love, and I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I participated in a lot of mocks that did not necessarily go the route of this direction, but I'm here for it. I'm excited for it.
What you sipping on something there, Scotty? What are you sipping on?
Water, Chris. Hydrating.
You're hydrating. I'm surprised.
Oh, and a gin and tonic. A gin and tonic, Chris. I've had a lot of whiskey. I needed a little change of pace. Nice gin and tonic is pretty legit for me.
Now, Kamara is here too, where Kamara, there's a good chance he plays a lot of the season. The problem is it's the first half of the season, not the second half. If he gets suspended, could be interesting. Dalvin Cook,
love it. I couldn't be more excited that Dalvin Cook was there for me. He was literally, I've done on ESPN, just because of rankings, I've done probably
Najee off the board.
8 or 9 mock drafts, and literally Dalvin Cook was not there for me to pick at 11 in any of them. But in our league, you guys took care of me and got that done. Mackie coming back with Najee Harris here. Najee. Where's Reckon?
I mean,
it's tricky. It's a tricky one.
No, I took last night off from having something to drink, and now I'm getting back on my Modelo and limes over here. So Joe Mixon.
Right. Joe Mixon. I'll tell you, Mackie. I was debating Joe Mixon here. For sure. You made probably my decision here a little easier. Which in some ways I appreciate, because I don't want to regret. I mean, but Kamara's still there, and I'm going upside, Chris. I'm going youth. I'm going hard knocks.
Oh,
I believe in this man, and he is gonna dominate the league this year. Let's go.
DeAndre Swift. All right,
Mackie, 2 backs, 1 man. Hey, you and me, Mackie. We both went after some running backs here just to get that, because I feel like now, I mean, we had so many wide receivers taken that first round. I mean, not saying who you should pick now, but like running backs are now going to be a popular pick as we move forward. And I don't pick for another hour, Chris. So yeah, this is going to be the earliest, but this is a real thing. I'm going to do a code yellow real quick.
Oh, Chris. Early code yellow. Spam it in the chat. There we go. I bet my second pick won't surprise anyone either. There you go. I think I'm going out on a limb and saying it might be Buffalo Bill. Let's see, who do we got? Alvin Kamara is off the board. Okay, all right, there we go. Kamara done. All right, now it's Diacola on the chat. There we go. Who's next? This is an interesting draft so far. I'm liking it. Now, we got to go on a little running back spree here, because right now, running backs starting the top tier running backs, we're starting to get into like tier 2, tier 3 at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Still have a lot of depth at wide receiver. Okay, here we go. All
right.
So who is that? Aaron Jones.
G Girl took Kamara, Aaron Jones back to back. There's a couple, there's a lot of dudes still out here, Chris. A lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. Moon
Princess is ready to just go wild on this pick, apparently. Chris, this is you here.
This is me.
Where are you going? And you had, again, remind me, you went Jamar Chase, correct, in round 1?
I did.
Okay. Are you going to double up on the pass catchers? Are you going to get a running back, maybe a tight end, maybe a quarterback, Chris?
We're going tight end. I need to get locked in.
Oh,
we're going locked in. We're getting your boy.
Going my boy.
I don't. He's not coming back to me. He's not coming back. So I need to get him now, and I'm locked in. I'm good on tight end.
That's all. A wonderful pick, Chris. I will never knock that pick. I mean, that man is wonderful.
Hey, there's one tier 1 tight end right here, and that's, for me, that's my boy right there, Saquon Barkley. All right, here we go.
I like those 2 picks right after you, Chris. I liked yours, but honestly, the 2 running backs, I was like, those are. To me, there's maybe a drop off after those 2. So Fournette and Barkley. Going back to back, good picks there for Football Wife and Moon Princess as we move in. STG, how did the top 4 play out, boys? What were the top 4 picks? We had Jonathan Taylor 1, McCaffrey 2,
Taylor,
McCaffrey, Cup 3, and
Derrick Henry 4.
Henry 4. That's right. So
CeeDee Lamb off the board.
Okay. All right. I mean, he's like literally the only healthy player left to catch a ball in Dallas. And now they lost their left tackle yesterday, Chris. I don't know if you guys all heard about that, but Tyron Smith is likely out for season, at least until December at minimum.
Our first quarterback
off the board. Evan getting excited, taking Moon Princess's Josh Allen just so she can't. I think Moon Princess, a part of her was like, she probably wanted to draft Josh Allen with that second round pick, and now her hopes and dreams have been dashed by Evan.
Yep, and we're just chilling. We're playing spectator here, seeing some of these picks come off, Scotty. We got a little bit of time here, but I mean, it's been an interesting draft so far. I need to. I mean, it's never too early to start thinking about your next pick, but I mean,
Chris is going the no running back strategy. He's just taking no running backs.
Zero running back strategy.
Not even going to take a running back this year.
Debo is off the board. Debo is gone. Okay.
Debo, obviously a monster running and passing, pass catching last year.
Mark Andrews.
All right, we get tight end 2 coming off the board with Devil Doc there and Cup yours. Okay. I'm a little disappointed that Devil Doc could have taken it to Cooper Cup just to back up his team name, but didn't pull the trigger. Then again, I think it was the right pick. So
STG,
it's hard to argue.
This is the first mock draft I'm watching. I don't do mine until Labor Day. Okay, well, you got a little bit of time to get a couple more mock drafts in, it looks like.
Yep.
I was debating Allen, but no, says Moon Princess. Not no mo. He gone. Let's see, what else?
Chris, can I just say I'm over the moon that I got Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, yo.
I'm over the moon about that. At 11, getting Dalvin Cook at 11. I mean, I think it wouldn't have shocked me if he went as high as like 6. And to get him at 11 is
Javonte.
Feeling pretty good about it.
Javonte Williams.
We got back-to-back here picks here from Boss Hog as he closes out round 2 and starts round 3. Get your Bronco, Javonte Williams. A lot of talent with Javonte, but the question is like, what's the workload going to be? Because they re-signed Melvin Gordon. I think Javonte is going to be the lead back, but is it like a 60-40 situation?
Well,
and is that good enough for him to get enough points in fantasy? I don't know.
Keenan Allen off the board. I think the big thing with that is the goal line carries for me, because they're going to punch it in most likely with Melvin Gordon if they're on the goal line. So he's going to hawk a lot of those touchdown red zone carries. Let's see, Keenan Allen off the board.
STG was even shocked to see Cook drop to 11th. You and me both, but I'm thrilled.
I was shocked to see almost Jefferson drop to me at 8.
You almost got Justin Jefferson at 8, yeah. But Jamar Chase is not a bad consolation prize there, Chris.
I'll take the consolation. That's fine.
But I mean, Jefferson could go scorched earth this year and just absolutely dominate. That Minnesota offense, I think, could be really, really good. Really, really good.
All right, who's on the clock here? So Jamar,
we got Cup yours, Double Doc on the clock. Think he's got, what has he got? He's got Christian McCaffrey and Mark Andrews. So we'll see what he's targeting here, whether it's a running back or wide receiver. Could go either direction here. But running out of time, Devil Doc. The clock is ticking. 10. And he gets it in. Oh, Lamar Jackson, a fantasy hero, but can't win the big ones. Lamar going off here. All right.
Luckily, you only need him until like week 16 or 17 when the playoffs ended, and he's like not in the playoffs actually at that point, like real playoffs.
Boss Hog's confident that Javonte is going to be a top 10 running back.
Oh, here's your boy.
I like Javante's talent, but I don't see him being a top 10 just because I don't think he's going to get the workload necessary to get there. Tyreek. Can you imagine, like, Tyreek? I don't know why. He has a better quarterback according to him now. And last year he was he was either the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver taken in fantasy drafts, Chris. And now he's with a better quarterback, left that garbage Mahomes guy to get to Tua. And now we get, speaking of Mahomes, we get Hill and Mahomes going back to back. A little run on quarterbacks here, a little sneaky run on quarterbacks, Chris.
There you go. Hey, if nice. We got some Klept. We got a break here with Klept. Yeah, quarterbacks are making a nice run here. Maybe that. I mean, who's jumping on the quarterback train? Are you?
I mean, now people are probably thinking, all right, like I targeted some quarterbacks and I don't want to wait too long. So I mean, everything is on the board here, Chris. I mean, there's a ton on the table that you could target here that are nice, very nice. And the quarterback run continues.
We got DJ Moore and
Jalen
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Hurts so good. I like Hurts as a fantasy option. I really do. Whether that he's the number 4 overall is debatable, but I mean, as a actual quarterback, jury's still out. As a fantasy quarterback, very, very good. So
football wife on the clock here.
I need some guys to be taken, so I don't have all the decisions. We did skip over Klep. By the way, Klep made it. Thank you, Klep. I think maybe you had auto pick for your first pick with Eckler, but can't be too upset about getting Eckler in that lead running back in that dominant offense.
Looks like football wife did get her Cincinnati Bengal.
She got a Bengal.
She got a Bengal there. So
honestly, great value there. T. Higgins is a monster. I love that pick.
All right, so let's see. I am on the clock. Let's go ahead. Let me take a look at what we got here. Looking at my tier list, seeing what's rolling. Oof. Okay. Where
are you going, Bayless?
I got 2 different places I could go with this pick, and I'm kind of one of them's gonna be there, one of them's not. I mean, neither of them are gonna be there on my next go round. So I need to.
Where you gonna go?
We're gonna see how Matty Ice does here. We're gonna go Michael Pittman. Let's go.
All right. I mean, I like that pick. I'm a big Pittman. I mean, if Pittman was still there for me, I probably would have taken him, Chris.
Yeah, I like Pittman a lot. Now he's grown on me, especially in a nice system there, especially with Matty Ice throwing the ball. Even though I have my issues with Matty Ice, I think he can still sling it around. So we'll take it. There we go. All right. Still got some things. So I'm rocking. So I got 2 receivers and a tight end right now. So maybe I need to mix it up a little bit here on this next.
I mean, I already told you you're going to 0 running back. Where differently, I'm loaded at running back, Chris. I got
maybe we can
DeAndre
make a trade.
Swift and Dalvin Cook.
Herbert.
I'm almost too wealthy. And there's Herbo Turbo coming off. I mean, people just firing on these quarterbacks. This is an aggressive quarterback draft right now, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a wrong strategy. It's just aggressive in general. I haven't seen quarterbacks come off this quickly, but once you see a few come off, I think you start to panic. You start to get like, I gotta get my guy.
I think that's one of the biggest things. Is there we go. There's James Conner. He was the other one I was kind of going back and forth with on that one.
All right,
it's the patience, because like you can get so sucked in to like, oh, there's not enough of this position now. I gotta get it. Great James Conner picks as STG in the chat. True. RB0 for Chris Bayless. Yeah, exactly. True. I don't need to draft running backs this year, right?
I would think not.
No.
Who do we got on the clock here, Chris?
Right now we got.
I love that it says A Smith because I put Scotty in like the first name field, so it's like I'm Alex Smith or something. I'm gonna go a little different here, Chris. I'm gonna go a little different.
Ooh, okay.
I feel like there's literally 3 players at this position that set themselves apart. And if you don't get one of these top 3, it's kind of like,
can I guess?
You missed out. Oh, well, I've already told you who it is. You can guess, and I know you know. You'll be right.
Yeah. I know. Is it Kyle Pitts?
Oh, it's Kyle Pitts.
I know Kyle Pitts.
I'm getting me some Kyle Pitts at tight end. Mostly because, like, I don't even have a wide receiver yet, Chris. But I feel great. I feel great about where we're headed here. Give me Kyle Pitts at the end of the 3rd round. Like I said, when we did our tight end rankings, I had 3 tight ends that were in tier 1. And I got the third. And after that, it's just kind of like, obviously you still got your Kittles, your Wallers, and so on and so forth. But I thought those three for sure separated themselves. So you and me both targeting tight ends early, along with who got Andrews. I think it was Devil Doc, I believe. And here we are, Mackey. Back-to-back picks here. He's going to choke on.
How many picks has he had with Mac in the names? Has he picked any with Mac in the names?
Is there someone that makes sense? You know what, Chris? I just figured it out. Cam backwards is Mac.
Ooh.
And Cam Akers, top player on the board. And
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. No, this makes way too much sense.
It's got to be Cam Akers. It's got to be.
It's Mac backwards. It's literally Mac reversed. I don't see how Mackey doesn't pick the top player on the board that also AJ Brown. All right. Targeting a little AJ. I want a dog on Mackey's picks. And I can't. I really can't, Chris. They've been pretty solid so far. Pretty solid.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
You know what's great about this mock draft? Terry McLaurin off the board. There we go.
Scary Terry. Okay, that one would. There are two wide receivers here I like a little more than Scary Terry, to be honest. And I'm taking one of them, Chris. I just got to decide which one I want to take here.
I think I already know who you're going.
You think? I don't even know who I'm going. But you think you know where I'm going. It's interesting.
Choose wisely.
I mean, it's down to those top two wide receivers on the board right there, Chris. I'm in between. Full disclosure, I'm in between Deontay Johnson and Jalen Waddle here. Not really knowing which direction I want to go. Do you trust Deontay Johnson and an offense that's going to spread the ball around? I mean, the fact that they only have Jalen Waddle getting 86 catches is mind-blowing to me. I don't agree with that. I'm going to go upside here. I like Deontay Johnson. I do. Maybe he was the right pick, but they're similar guys. And I'm going to take Waddle, who had over 100 grabs as a rookie last year and could explode this year, Chris. I love the upside, and I know you added Tyreek, but there's a lot of balls to go around. When you have Tyreek and Waddle on the outside, you're going to throw passes, right? Yeah.
All right.
Not like they have an elite running game. So.
All right. Jalen Waddle off the board. I mean, Jalen, I think PPR, you're going to get a bunch of
PPR monster.
I think both those receivers out there in Miami are going to be PPR monsters. It's going to be.
Yeah. A lot of underneath, a lot of short stuff, creating space, do what you got to do. And then people are going to tilt the field towards Tyreek, which should only help Waddle. I mean, Waddle now goes from being the number one option for the defense to cover to now the number two.
I'll drink to that.
I don't know. I'm excited on the team. Let's take a drink, everybody. Everybody, if you have a drink in front of you. Cheers. Thanks for joining this draft, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
DK Metcalf.
I'm excited that we could do this. DK. All right. Wait. I only see Nick Chubb here.
Oh, wait.
Did DK get picked? Nick Chubb. Chubb.
Wait, I could have
G-Girl goes Nick Chubb?
I could have sworn I saw DK off the maybe.
Chubba ding dong.
Nick Chubb. All right.
I mean, you can make great fantasy football team names with Nick Chubb on your roster. I'll tell you that. STG Waddle is one of my top waiver wire pickups in my 10%. Yeah, Chris, you and I played in a fantasy league together a little bit last year, and we had Waddle on our roster, and he was a monster.
Yeah. No.
He's a monster for us. A great pick.
Who is that? Brandon Cooks?
Brandon Cooks is like so undervalued. I actually like Brandon Cooks a lot. I know it's not sexy because he's in Houston, but he was targeted. I think with Davis Mills in the game, he was like a top 10 wide receiver last year. Or no, top 15. Top 15 wide receiver in games where Davis Mills was starting quarterback, like he will be this year for Houston. If he stays healthy, he's going to be another, borderline top 15 guy that you're getting well past the 15th wide receiver off the board here. So, all right, now it gets interesting. I feel where are teams going to go now? Where are people going to go now? More specifically, Chris, who's on the clock?
It's me.
Oh, it's you. Tick, 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 tick. Where are you looking, Chris? Oh.
I'm going a little deep on this one.
Okay.
I'm going Allen
right.
Robinson. So between Pittman, Chase, and Robinson, I'm loving my wide receiver core.
How are your running backs, Chris?
They're great.
Do you feel pretty solid there?
SDG's like, man, Chris Bayless hates running back. You know what's crazy is like my philosophy has always been like draft like 4 running backs off the bat. Like that's always historically been my way to go when it comes to, hey, let's always hit those running backs. You can always get depth at wide receiver, this and that. But like, I've also haven't really done a lot. I haven't had a lot of success in the last couple of years in drafting a couple running backs, and then so I'm mixing it up this year.
Yes.
We're doing it.
The good news is I don't know if everyone looked at the league. So we do have this league I set up as a
3 wide receiver,
1 flex. So a lot of leagues might be 2 wide receiver with a flex or 3 wide receiver without a flex. We're doing both. We're doing 3 wide receiver with a flex, but also only 5 bench players. A lot of leagues have like 7 bench players, and I'm like, then the waiver wire, there's nothing going on there, Chris. I want more activity. So you're only going to be able to hold 5 guys on your bench throughout the season. So I was like, I always go running back heavy. I think it depends. Specifically this year, like I'm the number 2 pick in our next draft, and my strategy there versus 11 is going to be, and my roster is going to be totally different.
Oh yeah,
right. Based on, it's just a drastic change in where you're drafting. So I felt like where I was picking, I wanted to target 2 running backs because of the depth at wide receiver that I felt like I could get a little later on. Whereas running backs kind of, at this point, Chris, I don't even know if you draft a running back, right? You just continually just draft wide receivers.
Well, now that I have 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end, I should probably get a backup tight end just in case Kelsey gets hurt. So maybe I should go backup tight end next.
STG, are you going to stream your number 2 overall draft, Scotty? Yeah. So that's our other league. That's going to be same time, 8 o'clock our time, 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday night. Some of you, I think, are in here, but catching up here, Chris, we got another quarterback. Football wife gets her 2nd Bengal. She must be thrilled right now.
Wide receivers are flying off the board.
Literally, I was between Deontay Johnson falling to. I was between Deontay Johnson and Jalen Waddle when I picked. So for Deontay Johnson to last like 6 more picks to me is pretty wild.
Broncos.
Jerry Judy, Moon Princess taking Jerry Judy. She's happy about it. She loves herself some Jerry Judy.
Broncos running back empty.
Clapped. I agree.
Johnson is a no-brainer there.
I agree. Johnson is an absolute no-brainer at that pick if he slides that far like he did. So I don't disagree there. Not one bit.
Man, the way wide receivers are coming off the board, I'm looking at my
advice. This is casually average, by the way. With all his bad advice,
I will say, but in that last round, I went down like in a complete tier and a half on my list of like wide receivers that came off the board. Wide receivers are flying. Ooh, I like the pick, Russell Wilson. There we go.
Casually average. I didn't think you could make a worse selection than the pizza you ordered tonight. But now you one up it by taking Russell Wilson there.
Hey,
truly shocking.
by the way, I added
truly shocking.
I added a drop here. It's the Terrell Owens. That's my quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
Yeah. So I can say that a lot. Mike Williams, actually, you get good value on Mike Williams there.
Mike Williams is a solid pick there.
I love Mike Williams at that
end of round 4 is.
I mean, he was the last tier 4 wide receiver that I had on my list here. So.
And we get Boss Hog going DK going with the monster. Where does he follow it up with? I don't know. Where's Boss Hog's roster? He has Javonte and JT to go with DK, and I don't know who else he's got. But Chris, I keep clicking on the screen thinking your feed and thinking I can control things from there, which is not the case.
I forgot Cam Akers.
I'm an idiot. Oh, he's got Keenan Allen as well. So the thing about Mike Williams, because Chris, again, he was on our roster last year. The only thing I don't like about Mike Williams is he's very, or at least last year, he was very boom or bust. He either had a phenomenal week or he almost gave you nothing. It was never like a consistent performance from him. So, and that could change this year. He could be more consistent, but last year he was just not consistent at all. He blew up that first month. He was incredible. And then he kind of like teetered off at times, but it's all good. And then, A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, you get that he's got new tattoo. He's got a girl. What's his girlfriend's name? It's like True Blue or something. Isn't his girlfriend's name like?
I hope not.
His girlfriend's name is like.
It would make a lot of sense.
He's dating some like crazy girl named True Blue.
They're both
like that's
going on these weird retreats where they feed you vomit and you're supposed to consume it because it's good for you or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but hey,
it's weird shit, man.
Now with Aaron Rodgers with that pick, you got to make sure that with those receivers that he's got there, they better be going. No, Shailene Woodley's out the door, Boss Hog.
Boss Hog.
She kicked the curb. No, this is someone new.
You think she's weird? This new one is even. He literally met her in this weird like retreat, like weird, like I don't know what it's called, whatever he's involved with, but yeah, it gets weirder. All right, finally, Cam Akers comes off the board.
Her name is Blue of Earth. BLU, no E. BLU of Earth is her name. Just yeah, that's a thing.
All right, so we have Cam Akers coming off the board finally to Devil Doc here. 5th round had to take Akers as much as one wide receiver. I mean, yeah, he's RB1 on one of the best offenses in the league and the defending Super Bowl champions. Speaking of the defending Super Bowl champions in Football Wife, how about that little fight that broke out in that their practice today between? First of all, I find it a little weird that you decide to have a practice between the two teams that were in the Super Bowl together last year. Like, is anyone surprised that there's some bad blood and like a fight breaks out? I mean, when one team won the Super Bowl, the other team lost, and
Dallas.
We saw Dallas Goddard.
Okay,
that is okay. Casually average. That casually. I love you. I give you a hard time. That is the largest reach I've seen thus far in this draft. There are. I mean, casually. Cooper. Remind me again. Are you an Eagles fan? Chris Bayless is losing his mind right now. Oh, I think that's who you wanted right there, Chris.
Cooper.
I think
Sutton.
Who you want.
Hold on.
Did you say Cooper? Oh, Cooper and Sutton. I thought you were trying to say Cortland Sutton, and you said Cooper. I thought you wanted Sutton there. We got Dawson Knox.
Ooh, we have tight end run.
But we have literally, I think the consensus 4 and 5 at tight end are Kittle and Waller, and we have Goddard and Knox coming off the board before.
Wow.
This is Moon Princess is literally like I win because I just have all the Bills.
All right. So I am on the board. Should I go? So which what's my wide receiver tier?
Yeah, I mean, you probably need to target a wide receiver or a tight end here, Chris, because you have not addressed that yet.
Where's my wide receiver?
Addressed it.
All right.
At all.
Let's do it. David Montgomery, baby. Let's go. I'm liking that. I'll take that.
That's not the dude I would have taken there, Chris.
It's fine.
Personally.
No. I got another pick coming up here.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick. It's just that's not the running back I would have targeted. No big deal. You failed. You failed.
I think I know where you were going with the running back that you were going to target, but I'm not going to say it out loud because
I like at least two, and that was one of them, Chris.
I know. I know Travis Etienne was one of them.
Deb grabs one of the two that I like there. Casually, I just got him a Rams-Texans fan. Waller and Kittle seem too injury prone. My gut is that Hurts needs a safety valve. All right, what do we got? We got G-Girl going Gabriel Davis. And the world is my oyster here, Chris.
The world is your oyster. Do it.
I can't believe it. I mean, this is just coming up. Sunshine and rainbows for me, Chris. Yeah. I mean, I think this dude's going to be legit. I think this dude's going to be very, very legit.
Amon St. Ra.
I'm going all in on Detroit. Is Chairman in tonight? I got 2 Lions on my team after 5 rounds.
You're going big on the Lions here. I like it.
Just love me some Lions. Super Bowl or bust, right?
I like it. Let's
go.
I mean, you're getting hyped up off of all. You're getting hyped up off all the HBO Hard Knocks. You've been hitting it hard.
I'm falling for the trap, Chris.
It's a
but
trap.
I will say,
it's a trap.
Over the last the second half of last year in fantasy football, Amon-Ra St. Brown was like a top 7 wide receiver in the league. Like, the dude is the number 1 option there in an offense that I think is going to be improved. There's a lot to like there.
Let's see. All right, so who's up now? We got back-to-back picks by Mackey.
Back-to-back with Mackey.
So let's see. Is there any teams with Mac in the name? No, or any players? No,
Mac.
Nothing on the horizon here. Nothing on the horizon.
McDuggets does not like the Gabe Davis pick from G Girl. 1 game wonder. I know what game you're talking about, by the way, McDuggets, because I witnessed it. It was happened to be a playoff game against my Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, our boy off the board. Our boy.
Who came off? Oof. I'm gonna be honest. If he came back around, I would have grabbed him. and I'm not a big take a quarterback early guy, but it was too saucy.
Ooh, Michael Thomas is an interesting pick. I think that's a boomer bust. Like, hey, go reach for it. I like that pick in a sense that if it pans out for you, it's gonna do well for you. There you go, Michael Thomas, who hasn't played football in a while. However, he has a potential to have a high ceiling if he's got the right mindset, right? All right, so
I'm back on the clock here, Chris, and man, I'm trying to think things over here. I can't believe some of the running backs still available here, but am I going to start a running back in a PPR league over wide receivers? And I need a lot of wide receivers. And I'm really good at running back here. All right. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I'm going to take, I like Mooney. I like Mooney as my number 3 wide receiver, Chris. Another one, number 1. I have 3 number 1 wide receivers on 3 different teams, and I'll take that all day.
So, all right, Darnell Mooney off the board. Okay.
Not my favorite pick I made today. But I don't know. I don't know where I should have gone for sure there.
Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz off the board. There we go. Okay. All right. Now it's creeping up on me.
I like the Dalton Schultz pick more than some of these other tight ends, but I'm shocked that Waller's still there.
That's what I was saying too. Waller's still.
Waddle might be number 2 on the fence. You're right, Club. You might. Scotty might as well get Goff to complete the stack. Yeah, I might, and just dominate teams when Detroit goes off every week, guys.
Let's see here. Where am I going next?
We got Deb in front of you. There is literally a running back here that, Chris, you should be thrilled if he makes it to you. And there's Waller, which is a great pick. I mean, Waller is like tight end 7 in this league, and I would rank him no worse than, or 8 maybe, and I would rank him no worse than 5. So that's a good pick. There's a couple good running backs here, Chris, for your running back 0 team.
Yeah, no, I think there's a couple guys here that I could go with, and you got J.K. Dobbins coming off an injury, but still, that's a running attack that, you know, is pretty prolific. I feel like that
they got rid of their wide receiver 1. So they're going to probably rely on the run even more.
Totally. And then you got Breece Hall. The only thing I love the upside of Breece Hall. The problem is like in the Jets organization, they don't run the ball. They're always behind.
Well, and it came out that he's not necessarily RB1 there.
And yeah, no. And then you got Zeke here, which, you know, I've been higher on Zeke in our rankings earlier on than most people have. But I mean, it's hard for me to go against JK here. Like, I mean, the fact that he's still here, I think is great for me. And the fact that that's a running, that's all they do in Baltimore is run the ball. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. I'll take Dobbins.
JK, anyone taking the last open spot in League 2? Yes, JK. It's already been, we have someone for that. They just haven't joined yet. So, it's all booked up in League 2 on Monday as well. Chris, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight, but Breece Hall is the guy I would have picked, Chris.
You would have picked Breece?
I would have. I would have picked Breece Hall over David Montgomery.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. I let him slide, and, you know, football wife got him. So there you go. I just JK, he's going to be, I think he's going to be solid for me. All right. So we had, let's see, Isaiah McKenzie and Juju Smith and Breece Hall. Isaiah McKenzie, Juju Smith. Let's knock these off. All right. Juju Smith, Isaiah McKenzie. Man, they're coming off fast. There we go. There's Isaiah. Chris Godwin's off the board. I like the Godwin pick. The Godwin pick is nice only because, like, you know, he's coming off an injury, but I think that offense is going to be really good. Ezekiel Elliott's off the board. Okay, there we go. Godwin, I want to say, is going to be, I mean, I think he's dynamic enough to have a nice cut of the pie there in Tampa Bay. Hunter Renfrow just coming off.
I mean, Moon Princess just losing her mind on Bills. I see. Isaiah McKenzie.
Just don't worry about bye weeks.
Full all in.
Don't worry
Bills.
about
Juju, Godwin, Zeke, and Renfrow coming off the board. Okay, so 3 wide receivers and Zeke mix. I mean, Zeke at the end of the 6th round is tremendous value. Whether you like him or not, it's great value.
I mean, speaking of value, Thielen coming off there, I think Thielen's got a decent value right there at that spot. I mean, I mean, if he was going to drop to me again, I would have probably been all about it. But I mean, I'll take that all day. What else? I missed a Breece Hall. Yeah, there we go. Breece is off as well. All right. Okay, here we go. Who's up? We are in round 7. Man,
Let's go.
this thing is flying by. So,
all right. So we got, we're back-to-back picks here with Beantown Brawlers, also known as Boss Hog, in our Discord and on our Twitch stream. Coming in back-to-back picks, gets Thielen. See where he targets here. Who does he have on his roster right now? I don't know why I always just pinpoint with, maybe because he's got Rodgers, Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf, Adam Thielen, and now Devontae Smith. Another wide receiver coming off the board. The number 1B in Philly. Philly's going to be an interesting team to watch this year, Chris.
I think Philly's interesting for sure. They made a lot of moves. They put a lot of pieces around Jalen Hurts to try to get him to be successful. He has no excuse this year. He's got to make it happen. So yeah, I mean, Philadelphia would be a fascinating team. Let me go ahead. Let's take him off the board here. Devontae Smith.
JK saying Bills might need a new punter. Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier. Not a good situation there.
Yuck it up, McNuggets. Quite unfortunate, the Bills. Yeah. What else? Case Keenum is in there too. Moon Princess, if you want to go.
Case Keenum still available? And no one bothered to tell me this?
All right, we have a run on running backs here. We got Singletary and Pollard coming off the board.
All right, who just took? All right, casually average, taking Pollard, basically hoping Zeke gets hurt. I mean, that's pretty wild though that Zeke and Pollard go within 5 picks of each other. I like Pollard more than Zeke, but I don't know that the Cowboys are there yet, unfortunately.
All right,
I think the Cowboys should give Pollard more carries.
So we got Hawkinson off. We got Rashad
Bateman. Speaking of a number 1 option, he's gonna, now that Hollywood Brown's gone, Rashad Bateman probably steps into the number 1 role at wideout for Baltimore. So it's getting interesting. We got Football Wife, and then you, Chris. Still some. I mean, there's a lot of good options there. A lot of good options.
All right, so kind of looking through here, trying to figure out my plan of attack. Football Wife, kind of mulling it over here. Take your time. Take your time. Oof. Tyler Lockett off the board. Oh, she believes in Drew Lock. She believes in Tyler Lockett.
What's not to believe about Drew Lock, Chris?
Tyler Lockett.
He's gonna go in and beat his former team on Monday Night Football Week 1.
Oh man, I'm in a predicament here.
Yeah, bit of a pickle dick. Where are you going, Chris? Where are you going?
Oh man.
Let's go.
I think my other guy's gonna probably be there in maybe a round or 2. I'm gonna take a stab at Drake London here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a stab at Drake London. I think Atlanta, from a PPR standpoint, they'll lean on him a little bit. I think we're gonna go there.
And Deb doubling up Deb already has a QB, right? Or no?
Let me double check here.
Doubling up at the QB spot.
She's
yep. Her bear. She already has her bear on the roster, but gets Kirk Cousins to back him up. Okay.
Atlanta's going to be trailing the whole year, so I like it, says Klept. Drake London, yeah, can't overstate how little I know about what I'm doing here. Don't worry, there's a lot of people that, hey, I don't even know what I'm doing half of these picks sometimes. I'm just going to go with this guy, right?
I'm feeling great. I got a lot of options in front of me in a second here. Couldn't be more thrilled, Chris. Could not be more thrilled.
A lot of options. So a lot of running backs at the top of the board there. Then you got, a lot of running backs on the board in general here.
Kirk was one of the options I was looking at. I don't know if he's my number one there, but he was one of the few I was looking at. Chris, listen, I'm in it to win it.
Ooh.
I'm in it to motherfucking win it.
Okay. What do you got? Hopkins. Ooh.
When that boy comes back, I got a wide receiver 1 just waiting in the wings for playoffs.
Okay.
Waiting in the wings, Chris. My roster once Hopkins come back is just out of this world. I cannot stress anymore how excited I am about my roster right now, Chris.
Hey,
I'm gonna be honest.
It's kind of like preseason football. Everyone's get happy about their rosters going into the season, and then
no, Chris, I can't. I am thrilled, and I have two guys I want to get. There's two guys I want to get on the back end, one of two at least. That unless Mackey blows my mind and picks both these guys, I'm pretty excited for one of these options. So
okay. By the way, my name is Chris. This is Scott. We are your hosts for the Action Lab. If you're here checking us out for the first time, make sure you hit that follow button if you have not already. We are doing this for just a one-off stream here on tonight and Monday, but we are normally live Wednesdays and Sunday nights. We're covering all NFL content. We have a lot of NBA and NHL content and baseball content throughout the course of the year too. But now that it's NFL season, make sure you guys are hitting us up because we will have some amazing content each and every single week. We're going to give you insights into the each week's matchups. We'll give you all the insights that we have. We'll have our best bets. We'll have recaps. We'll have Sunday Night Football live streams. So make sure you hit that follow button so you know exactly when we go live. We have a lot of you guys in here checking us out, so make sure you do that. It means a lot. DeAndre Hopkins off the board. Zach Ertz, another tight end.
Zach Ertz coming off for Mackey, which I was not targeting.
There we go. Panda Wrestling. Let's go.
Thank you for the Shaq shimmy fall. And again, Chris, I love what you did. I don't know if this is on purpose, but love that. And Antonio Gibson, the greatest free fall in fantasy football history based off of what's going on in Washington preseason and whether he's the starter there or not. Chris, I'm just going to scoop that. I'm not going to waste time, Chris. I thought about taking him where I was at in the last pick. Thank you again, Mackey, for not picking my dudes. Love you to death.
Elijah Moore, Jets wide receiver. Okay.
Speaking of wide receiver 1, there's another wide receiver 1 I add to my roster, Chris. Elijah Moore.
They're going to be playing from behind. He's going to be throwing the ball a ton. Panda Wrestling Company, thank you for the follow. Who's your team and where are you from? We like to get to know each and every one of our lab rats a little bit better so we can get to know, you. We want to get to know you. So welcome into the family. Let's see. G-Girl is on the clock as we speak. Okay. Trey Lance off the board. Okay. Trey Lance is off the board.
Don't love you for that, G girl. Don't like that one bit. I was targeting Trey Lance. You're not allowed to do that.
That was one of my. I probably would have taken him with this next pick.
I don't fire on quarterbacks often, but I thought Trey Lance could maybe slide to me. Along with, I was a pick away from taking Kyler Murray, actually. one of my least favorite quarterbacks in the league, Kyler Murray. Scotty, you going down, baby. No, Mackie, my team is so loaded. I don't even know how to describe how loaded my team is now, but it's embarrassing. Yeah, Broncos, it's 6 games for DeAndre Hopkins, but I'm not concerned. I'll probably go 5-1 in those first 6, and then I'll have literally, if DeAndre Hopkins is playing all season, he's picked certainly in the top 2 rounds, Chris, if not round 1, right? Like, he's a monster. He's a beast. Chris isn't listening to me. He's focused on his pick.
Focused here.
He's nervous. He's nervous because his team is garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know who. Let's take a look at your team here, Chris. Let me assess. We could do a breakdown real quick after this, and I could run through. All right, Montgomery and Dobbins is literally the worst running back tandem I've ever seen.
Don't worry about
Chase
it.
Pittman, Robinson, Kelsey, and London. Like that for you. Like that a lot. Haven't addressed the quarterback position yet. There's a wide receiver I like a lot right here, Chris. Oh, but you address the quarterback position.
I'm going quarterback here.
Which is fine. Take the guy that his elbow's broken.
It's fine.
Because why not? No, I'm just kidding. I think he's gonna be fine.
They got it. Yeah. We'll see. I'm gambling a little bit on that one. All right. No, I mean, I love my wide receivers, love my tight end. I do have a little bit of a dip at running back, but they'll be serviceable. They'll be fine. Kicker. We have our first kicker off the board.
We got a kicker? Oh.
Tyler Bass.
I mean, of course, it's Moon Princess coming in and just grabbing
her boy.
Grabbing the kicker for Buffalo. That one's a weird one to me, Moon Princess. Now you have to start rooting for field goals. Okay? You got to start cheering if the Bills kick a field goal because you don't have Josh Allen on your team. So you have to start cheering for field goals. All right? Your call. I mean, to each their own.
Josh Jacobs comes off the board here for Klep, the guy that I haven't necessarily been super high on, but I mean, who knows? He's not a guy that I would normally draft here, but at the same time,
Moon, you should have absolutely gone Barkley over Allen. You made the right pick there.
Mr. Bacon Bum 1. I love the name, by the way. How can I join? You go into link, or are we just joining? So we only have 2 leagues for our based off of how much response we had on who wanted to join. So we're all locked up, but good. The fact that you asked that is great because we have other contests that we were running that you can join in on. We have our Pick'em in the chat right now. Look at our chat. Pick'em and Survivor, both free to enter, and you could win prizes for finishing first or in the top. Because if we have enough people, we will make sure we give out prizes it's free to enter again to anyone who wants to join in and participate. So you just got to finish in the top. So make sure you join in. We want more the merrier. Hit that follow button if you have not already, by the way. If you, we'd love to have you in here. Hey, there we go, Mr. Bacon.
Thank you for the follow and Shaq shimmy. Honestly, Chris, is that on purpose? Did you move that to make that happen? Because I love it. It's a nice feature.
It's a nice
that
feature,
it goes
right?
over my face and in the middle of the screen.
Casually takes the best kicker. Well, arguably
Justin Tucker. Well, not the best kicker because that obviously is Tyler Bass.
Pat Fryer coming off. All right.
Oh my goodness, my team is gonna just look incredible.
There we go. So, okay, here we are. Looking at this list here. No, we're looking solid here with these. It's gonna be a fun league. I can't wait to kick this off. And we're around 8 of 15. We're cruising through this thing. Robert Woods off the board. Robert Woods was with the Rams. Now he is with Tennessee Titans. Hunter Henry off the board as well. Hunter Henry, tight end. Let's go. Let me knock him off. Hunter Henry with New England. He's probably gonna get a nice share of targets there. I think that He'll be a fine option. Wide receivers, let's knock off Woods here. There's a couple guys that might reach me that I'd be shocked if they did.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I'm shocked are here. Slap Scotty, never be arrogant in fantasy football. You never know when it's gonna murk you back.
Butker should be next kicker taken.
Butker's phenomenal. Love me some Butker.
Texans have been playing good in preseason, says H-Town. Milwaukee, this will be so much different on Monday. Milwaukee's like, hey, we're going to get after it on Monday. I hope so. I hope you bring it. It's going to be a completely different draft. It's going to be completely different. What else do we got here? But yeah, guys, join the contest if you have not already. I don't know how Jacobs is still there, LOL. He's still going to get 80% of the touches from the backfield.
I don't think he'll get anywhere near 80%. I think that'll be. I mean, I think he'll be closer to 50 than 80. Quite honestly, he'll be above 50, but it'll be closer to 50 than it is 80. I think best case scenario, he's getting 2/3 of the touch, but he's also not going to be the pass catching guy there. Not going to catch a lot of balls.
Yeah. No, and that's there's a lot of worries. The new offense, Josh McDaniels. I just think that that's it's not.
I mean, they have a couple. I mean, they got Brandon Bolden, they got Zamir White, who's been featured a lot, and they have Amir Abdullah, who, I mean, who knows? I mean, he was a highly kind of sought after guy out of Nebraska, played in Detroit, got kind of hurt. If he can figure it out, like, he's a nice third down running back option. AJ Dillon, we got a run of running backs here, Chris. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, AJ Dillon, Kareem Hunt coming off the board here.
Wait, say that one more time. I was just tracking that.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, AJ Dillon, and Kareem Hunt all come off the board in consecutive picks. And then we get our first defense, Chris. Ravens defense. Chairman Abdullah. Chairman, I don't know if you've been in here the whole time, but have you seen how high I got two Lions on my team? Super high on the Lions.
Chase
all right.
Edmonds.
Got me some Swift and some Amon Ra. And I'm here for it.
Edmonds is off the board. Let's see. Okay.
Oof. I mean, this is wild. Wild.
Edmonds and Claypool. Okay. Let me take a look at what I'm doing here.
I like the Edmonds pick there. Honestly, that's guy I was targeting later. Now, doesn't work out so well, but I like the Edmonds pick there.
Okay.
Now we have Chris Olave. That's our second rookie wide receiver, I think, after you took Drake London, Chris. So another rookie wideout, Chris Olave with New Orleans, targeted by Football Wife here.
Okay. Kind of in a weird position.
You're on the clock here, Chris.
I know. I'm kind of torn between a couple options here.
Yep.
And I'm getting some more depth. I definitely want to get some more depth. I'm just trying to figure out if one will drop to me on my next pick or will it not.
Sure. It's the classic question that everyone asks, Chris. We're headed to this is round 9. We have 15 rounds, I believe, Chris. So, okay. I'm trying to map this out for myself. Ooh, I like that pick, Chris.
Yeah.
I might have taken him. I'm shocked he was there right there.
Yeah,
honestly.
I was like, I was going to take him, and then the next one, I didn't think he was going to make it.
I would have picked him if he was there in one of my 2 picks for sure.
Yeah, I could not let him drop
for sure.
So I feel really good about that. All right, what else do we have? This Europa, the Champions League is Monday, says Milwaukee's. Abdullah had some flashes here. Detroit had to step away for a few. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see what I'm. I'll just say this: I have a standing rule. I don't draft Lions no matter what. I just never bet on them or against them. But I just say I'm considering breaking that rule this year.
As you should, because now that you know I'm taking them, you know they're going to be good chairman. Greg Joseph, kicker for the Vikings, comes off the board here with Deb.
Okay, let's see. I forgot to mark off Claypool.
Oh, man. This is just... It's all interesting.
It's all interesting. That's right. Casually after Action Lab. Newbie question. Once I grab a defense, is there still a hard 1 quarterback draft limit? If so, can I pick up a backup on waivers if a free spot is open? Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely. You could have 3 quarterbacks on your roster if you want.
You can draft multiple quarterbacks for sure. Who do we got? As I am on the board, but I didn't even see Kadarius Toney. Oh, G Girl taking one of her guys. One of she's a Giants fan.
Yep.
Takes Toney, who I like Toney, but dude seems made of glass, Chris. Made of glass. He's pulled up with an injury, like a soft tissue injury in camp. Yeah,
that's another thing.
Chris.
Now that's something too.
I'm gonna play a safety play here, Chris. I'm gonna do it. Helv, are you here? Are you here?
Ooh, you got yourself your boy.
I mean, that dude's gonna put up numbers. He's gonna throw for a lot of touchdowns. It's all good.
Then Miles Sanders comes off immediately. He was the best running back, at least on the top of that draft right there. So
Miles Sanders, Alan Lazard King right there. Let me take a look.
Alan Lazard off the board. He's going to get a lot of targets. I will say that. So, you're high risk, high reward there, knowing that he's going to be the only guy that can just throw double coverage at him and see if he can get past it. But yeah, he's going to get in a PPR league. I think he's going to be just fine. Easy pickings, Lizard King.
I wasn't ready for Mackie to just draft that quickly. It seems inappropriate to do so. I think I know where I'm gonna go here, though. I understand this offense might be limited, but again, I'm getting a running back 1 here in round 10 who's gonna get the bulk of carries, I think, in Seattle. Who's gonna run the ball? They always run the ball.
Rashad Penny. He was on my target list just for pure value, honestly.
I mean, so much value. I love my top 2 running backs, but if I can add Rashad Penny to my bench, I'm pretty happy with that. Chris, I'm over the moon with my team right now, and which probably means I go 0-12 or 13 or however many games we have in the regular season, but yeah. Alan Lazard, we talked about Mackie takes. He's supposed to be wide receiver 1 in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. Usually that means something. And he gets picked round 10. Round 10.
Pierce
That's
off the board.
Damian Pierce is a up and coming. That's running back 1 in Houston. I think he's going to get the bulk of the carries there. I like that pick, actually. I think he's climbing boards. Robbie Anderson here in Carolina. He's had some nice seasons with the Jets and then in Carolina, so we'll see. That's not a bad option there. And now we have Chris, so we can just see everything he's thinking as he has not. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. You have not addressed the quarterback position, correct?
No, I have.
Oh, you did.
I did, and I might
Oh yeah, you took Stafford.
I took Stafford, but I do think like there is that aspect of the fact that he has like a little bit of an issue with his elbow that I kind of want an insurance policy that I feel like I mean, I'm gonna play the rule here. I'm gonna draft Dak. I'm gonna go Dak.
Yeah.
With the basics, like I like both of their upsides. I could play matchups. I could have a little bit of both. I'm gonna go Dak, and like I'm looking at the value on some of these others. I can get some guys that I really like in the next round. I feel happy with that. I'll take that. Not normally something I do is draft 2 quarterbacks. However, with Matthew Stafford, I am slightly concerned about that elbow.
I get it. And I think Dak was like, one of the. I mean, there's not a lot of dudes at quarterback that I'm like, I have to, I would take this guy to just be on my bench at this point. So he was certainly one of them. Now I'm concerned with their offensive line after Tyron Smith. They got wide receivers out like galore, but Dak's been a dominant player when he's needed to be. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott set career highs in touchdown passes and completion percentage in 2021, despite spending the last offseason rehabbing a gruesome leg injury. So, like, I mean, I'll take it. I'll roll the dice on that. Naheem Hines coming up the board.
Naheem
Hines. Naheem Hines. Okay.
Who did get? The question was, who did get Mahomes? Was it Klept? No, Klept hasn't even taken a quarterback yet.
Another defense off the board. Buffalo D.
Football wife, no, you didn't.
Mike
Deb
Gesicki.
didn't. G girl, no. Who the hell took Mahomes? Why am I'm missing something? I know he was taken very early, but I can't seem to locate.
Orioles.
Orioles did. Orioles has Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. That's why I missed it. I was going through the teams, looking at their starting quarterback. I'm like, Orioles has Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes.
Yes.
I mean, I would ask why. You can only play one of them, Evan. You can only play one of them as he's on the clock right now. So
he's looking for that trade bait. He's looking for that trade bait.
You can only play one quarterback. I mean, that's very good insurance. You're right, Klep. That's insane. I can't believe I didn't catch that until right now.
Mahomes and Allen.
Mahomes and Allen on the same fantasy football team is unheard of, Chris.
Sorry.
Here's the problem. You're gonna make the wrong choice half the time on who to start.
Football wife, I'm sorry, but your boy Evan McPherson is off the board.
Oh, football wife, you took too long. You sat there and you just I don't even know what to say.
All right, Garrett Wilson coming off the board. We had Derek Carr come off the board, so we're nice moving along here. All right, so
we're getting close to the end here, Chris. We're getting closer. We're in round what round are we in, Chris?
We're in round 10 of 15. We're getting there. We have 3 more bench spots and a defense.
And this is the last. We're on the last pick of 10, so we're basically through 10. Then we got 5 rounds to go. All right.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Some of these picks get that value. If you guys like, certain people that can really, I mean, this is where you're getting those picks that you slot in, certain matchups. This is guys that maybe get some of those goal line carries, maybe get, there's a lot of things you can target here. And this is a prime spot. Let's see. All right. Kicker, Butker, your boy, off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Butker is off the board. 3 of the top 4 that I had on my list, kicker wise, gone. All right, guys, throw out your fantasy questions in the chat. We wanted to get to know what you're wondering, what your thoughts are, who, if you have certain players you're questioning, or when are you doing your draft? If you have draft questions, throw it in the chat. We'll try to get to those as we're drafting here now. James Cook off the board, running back for Buffalo.
Ooh. Who just took James Cook from me?
That was Cup
Devil
Yours. Devil Doc.
How dare you? I was sitting here salivating, waiting to get. I thought for sure I was going to get James Cook on one of my next 2 picks here. I like the pick. I like the upside. I don't know how Moon Princess didn't target him. Broncos, who you picking at 2? Depends who goes at 1. Broncos. Depends who goes at 1.
Oof. I'm trying to look through here. Oh, there's Hines.
I don't like that James Cook that changes things for me, Chris.
It alters everything. Sky Moore off the board. Didn't see that. Let me go adjust this here. Sky Moore off the board.
Oh, I didn't know Derek Carr was taken. Derek Carr's gone?
He's gone.
Okay. That helps me there.
Your boy Valdez Scantling's out there. There's wide receivers so deep. Are you kidding me? I'm looking at the list out here, and like the wide receiver is so deep. Let's see. What do we have in the chat? I might go Drew Lock at this point, says Klept. Chippo the Hippo. Let's get it. Let's do it, Chippo. Who are you picking at 2, Scott?
I already said. It depends who goes 1.
Milwaukee says, okay. Milwaukee's, I don't care who you draft or what you draft, I will win.
Ooh. Okay.
Calling his shot. Jarvis Landry, New Orleans wide receiver off the board. Jarvis, he's got a new change of scenery, right? Yep. Jarvis Landry, and we have, let's see, Stevenson off the board as well, running back for the Patriots. Okay. All right.
Where are we at? We're on Football Wife here. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Scott, who is RB1 for the Chiefs? I think RB1 is Clyde Edwards-Helaire headed into the season. But I think they're going to be a 3-headed monster. I think you're going to have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think you're going to have Jerick McKinnon. And I think you're going to have the rookie Isaiah Pacheco. So I think all 3 of those guys. I think Ronald Jones, who they signed in the offseason that they thought they would like, I think he probably doesn't make the team. He's probably either traded. I think they trade him right before cut day to a team that may want him. But I don't think he makes the team, which is super interesting there. Chip of the Hippo just giving us some Eli middle fingers. You love to see it, Chris.
I love it. So Tua came off, Julio Jones came off, and Packers D came off. Okay. All right, so I'm on the clock here. I'm going to go, I think I'm just going to go auto pick because the guy that I'm thinking I want to go with is at the top of my board here, Damian Harris. I think I might just lock him in.
It's the least sexy pick in the world, but I get it. At the same time,
he's Pro Football Focus's highest graded running back through the past 2 seasons and finished second in carries in the 10-yard line behind Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but New England's offense is going to be a dumpster fire of shit this year.
Mackey believes in it.
No, they're going to. Everything I've seen out of camp, Chip of the Hippo, Isaiah Pacheco, running back 1. It could turn into that for the Chiefs. Andy Reid. Andy Reid likes to do a little committee, unless he's got a dominant one, which I don't think he has. So there's certainly some hype out of camp in Kansas City that Pacheco can be the running back one eventually. I just think most of that is like the fans are like, I don't love Clyde Edwards-Helaire and McKinnon. So I want to believe in Pacheco. Whether Pacheco's the real deal or not, we'll see. We'll see, Chris.
What else do we have in the chat here? I need to get these off the board here. Let me pull these off. Okay, so 2 was off. We had Julio. Okay. Julio, I mean, I want him to be good. Is that weird that I want him to be good?
Like, you want Julio to be good?
I kind of want him to be good. I mean,
yes, that is weird because of the team he's playing for. I don't have a problem with Julio in general, but you should have a problem. You shouldn't want him to be good based off of who he is playing for.
True.
Devil Doc, I stayed far away from New England running backs. Yeah, like we literally had 2 New England running backs go off on like 3 picks right there, for a reason, because who the hell knows what is going to happen in New England with running backs. Romeo Doubs, a big preseason name, a guy that's been targeted a lot in Green Bay as a, potential blow up dude. Had a nice preseason and it's like one of the most blown up names because his name, no one even knew who this dude was prior to all of this. But here we are, Romeo Doubs, and now here I am, Chris. I honestly don't love anything going on here.
Yeah. No, this is where it's like it gets a little dicey, right? You're trying to like fill in a couple extra spots, trying to fill in. I mean, nobody you're getting in these rounds should be on your starting lineups, right? They're just guys that you're just going to fill in when you need them, when you have a bye week, when you have certain things happening with injuries, those types of things. So, at this point, it's like just going on upside.
I'm gonna literally just take because when the moment I took Dalvin Cook, I knew. I mean, Madison's the single best backup running back in the game. Like, he puts up similar stats. So me taking Cook, I didn't want to take a chance there. I'm going to throw him in the mix and see what happens there.
I'll take that. Yeah. I am going to take my first code yellow before my pick. I'll be back.
Well done, because I'm about to do my third. So way to make it this far. Spam code yellow in the chat as Chris goes to drink some Mountain Dew. I think that's what code yellow means. I'm still not clear on it. Looks like we reached the pick and hope portion of the draft. Absolutely. I handcuffed my dude because I didn't want to. Either way, now I feel like I have a RB1 in Minnesota regardless. So if Dalvin Cook gets hurt, Madison fits in and is an RB1 to go along with DeAndre Swift for me. So as long as my running backs stay healthy, I'm pretty excited there. So as we continue on, we got Tyler Boyd, wide receiver 3 in Cincinnati, but they're going to sling it around. So, I mean, he's certainly the best wide receiver 3 in the league in my mind. 1 to 3, Cincinnati has the best wide receivers in the league for me, and I don't know if anyone could argue that. So, Tyler Boyd here, I mean, that makes sense. I'm not gonna disagree with that. And then we got Saints D. All right, guys. I'm going big time boom or bust here. This is a gentleman that is slated to. He is the odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year. If Rec was here, he would know about him.
George Pickens.
George Pickens is.
He was
guy. At this point in the draft, I'm ready to go boom or bust. I don't want to draft a guy at this point that I think, all right, like he could fill in and be fine. I want at this point a dude that like has the potential to be an unknown blow up candidate. And George Pickens, in the little time he's gotten and throughout camp, has reportedly been a monster and is the literally best odds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year in the league. So. Did you target him a little bit, Chris?
He was on my list. Yeah, he was the guy that I was thinking about drafting. I mean, he's going to be one of the best third options, and he'll still be productive. So, I mean, I really like that a ton. I have 2 more empty slots here.
I think he beats out Claypool for option 2. But again, I am going to go do a code yellow again, Chris. I have something's wrong with me tonight.
You're crushing through all of those code yellows. You're using all of your code yellow cards all in one night. Man, I'm trying to figure out what I want to go through next. So George Pickens off, Saints D off. Trying to catch up here. What I missed out on. All right, so a couple of those are off the board. Okay. Yeah, again, hit us all with your questions on fantasy football. If you have some questions, if you're drafting in your fantasy football league, if you're trying to figure out between a couple different guys, hit us up. Let us know in the chat so we can give you guys some advice on what we think would be a good option for you. We are here every Wednesday and Sunday to go over, all NFL related news, previews for the weeks, everything. So make sure if you're here, hit that follow button. We've already had Mr. Bacon. We've already had a couple other people jump in and give us a follow. So thank you so much for all the love. And thank you for being here. It means a lot. So, all right, let me go back to the top here. All right. So.
Oh, you're on the clock, Chris.
I am on the clock.
We had another back-to-back rookie wide receivers, Jahan Dotson, taken by G-Girl, rookie in Washington, with the Washington football team, Washington Redskins, or Washington Commanders, if you must say out loud. But I would prefer not. And then MVS, my boy, MVS, Valdez-Scantling. I mean, the connection reportedly is pretty good. I mean, I think they're going to spread it around in KC, but at this point, getting MVS is certainly makes a lot of sense. Who you grabbing here, Chris? Who you grabbing?
I think I'm going here. Melvin Gordon's going to get. I honestly think there's a lot of hype around Williams, and I feel like. Williams will be fine, but Melvin will get some of the goal line carries. I think he'll use him a lot in the red zone. I think he's one of the better options. I think and he's got that veteran mentality when it comes to, running the football. I like what he brings. I think he's going to be in a good spot here in Denver.
He might be your best running back on your team, Chris.
He could be.
When I look at your roster,
he could be. But then you look at those wide receivers and you're just mesmerized at how good they look, right?
I like Chase Pittman and Robinson. I mean, London, we'll see. London's a bit of a, but I like Ayuk as well. So you're doing fine at wide receiver.
Yep.
And your tight end is the single greatest individual to ever play the position. So,
yep, pretty much.
You're all in on pass catchers. I'll give you that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a PPR league, and I need to be there at the end, right? Catching them balls. I mean,
the way you said balls is uncomfortable, but sure.
I feel it all the way down to my plums.
Sure, Chris.
Feel it all the way down to my plums.
We've gone through a lot on the stream with your image you chose for the Goodell Watson scene, Chris.
Guys, if you guys haven't been here with us before, you guys are missing out. Hit that follow button. We have a lot of fun things that we got going, especially all the images I decided to pick on all our graphics that we do on our weekly shows.
It's a choice for sure.
I need Lamar to stay healthy, says Devil Doc, as long as possible. Thanks. Denzel Mims requested a trade from the Jets. Ooh. Devil Doc, thank you for throwing that in. Join our Pick'em or Survivor League. If you are here hanging out, join. If you win, we'll be giving away some free prizes. And, it's free to enter. What's better than free, Scotty? Is there anything better than free?
I don't know. I'm mad at Klept right now.
Klept, who did he take? Who should, DJ?
Nope.
Oh, Isaiah Pacheco?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I wanted him on the turnaround.
You were going deep.
I wanted Pacheco.
DJ Chark.
I wanted Pacheco. Njoku.
DJ Chark. DJ Chark.
I don't think that's how it's working, Chris.
Is that the song? That's not the song, is it?
No.
Let's see. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Update this here. Chark off the board. Pacheco off the board. Do you think Pacheco going to be good this year?
I do like Pacheco. I tried to undersell it a little bit earlier, but I like Pacheco. I mean, it's a wild card. I like the odds of him hitting are very small, but if he does hit, there's a lot of boom potential there.
Okay. All right.
Just
I
saying.
like it.
So, I mean, was that a reach? Probably. People just get excited to, see what else is out there. And like, I mean, if he becomes RB1, and I'll say he has played with the starters at times in preseason, a few snaps, and has not played past like the first quarter. So that means the Chiefs like him. I mean, the Chiefs, listen, they've done the same with the other two running backs, McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So all three of them have been treated the same way, but there's a reason they're protecting him a little bit, and they didn't play him tonight. So I didn't even mention, Chris, the Chiefs are playing tonight. I haven't watched a single snap.
Yeah,
Chiefs Packers. I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it, but Pacheco has to perform, and it's not hard to take over CEH's job. Yeah, I mean, I hope Pacheco takes over CEH's job. I think CEH. I think is probably better than a lot of people value him at, but he's not. Literally, he's not a guy that can turn. He can't get to the second level and then take it to the house, which Pacheco's a guy that can do. Pacheco's a big back, but also he's the fastest. I think he had the fastest 40 in the draft this year, Chris. And the Chiefs took him in the seventh round. All reports are they're pretty excited about him. No doubt about it.
I like it. I'll keep an eye on that for sure.
I think Pacheco did Pacheco play tonight? I thought it was Ronald. I only looked briefly at the box score off the top, and it was Ronald Jones. I'll take a look. Oh, yeah. No, he had 10 carries for 52 yards tonight, Chris. So,
all right. Well,
all right. Maybe, they didn't play any starters, so maybe I'm wrong on the amount of snaps he gets. But big win for the Chiefs tonight. 17-10, Chris. Getting it done.
Killing it, man. Hey, 17-0. There you go.
I don't. You can be 17-0 until you lose, Chris.
Dallas Cowboys off the board. Palmer off the board. Gallup off the board.
Okay.
So Gallup, let me find him.
I gotta look at my team again.
I'm hoping one guy maybe falls to me here. There's a guy that is a little bit on my radar here. Robinson and Walker, both off the board, running backs.
All right. I like I probably would have taken Walker if he was there. More so as again, I'm handcuffing my RB 3 or 4 or whoever it was with Rashad Penny, but we'll see. Zach Moss gets no love, but he gets love from Football Wife. So
Zach Moss off the board. Okay. All right. I like it. All right. Okay. Football Wife on the clock here. We are a couple picks away. I don't have a defense or a kicker yet. We'll save those for the last two. I think I have a guy that hopefully drops to my. If my guy doesn't drop here, if Football Wife steals my guy.
When did Butker go off? I'm actually mad about that.
Okay. Well, I think Football Wife snagged the guy that I was looking at. There you go. That's gonna
Zach Moss. Zach Moss is who you're looking at.
Russell Gage coming off the board.
Oh, Football Wife. I don't know why. Yeah, Football Wife. Russell Gage.
He was a guy that I was kind of targeting late.
He was nice, kind of in Atlanta last year.
Yeah,
but the thing with Tampa is how many guys can you throw to? Because they have. Obviously, you have Mike Evans. Eventually, you're going to get Godwin back. You get Julio Jones, and then you have Russell Gage. There's just a lot of a lot of dudes to spread around there. We'll see what happens with all of that, but
oh man, I don't know what I want to do here.
I hear you. It's pretty gross out there.
This is gross everywhere, man.
Couple running backs I wanted to target. I didn't quite get. I'm getting a lot of clues for Monday, by the way. Maybe I should just stop talking.
Ugh.
You know?
Hold on. I mean, at this point,
what you got? I think I have a prediction on what you're gonna do. Let's see what happens here.
I just went Colts D.
Oh, okay. That was not my prediction.
I mean, there's nobody here, and like I want to get a decent defense here. That's in a bad, maybe not.
Moon Princess, I'm not football wifey dingus. I know that. Listen. I have ADHD. I'm not great at paying attention at times. I lose focus.
It's like, I like the this is where it gets kind of like you stretch things a little bit, right? What's your take on Brian Robinson? Says Double Doc.
I mean, the whole running back situation is super weird in Washington in general. I mean, he's not going to be a PPR guy because I don't think he's going to catch balls, quite frankly. I'm gonna do this just because it'll make Chris. I'm doing this for two reasons here. One, so I steal a guy maybe you'll target, and two, because I will celebrate every time the Broncos fail to score a touchdown. Every time the Broncos fail to score a touchdown.
You like the Brandon?
I'm gonna celebrate.
Oh,
well, whatever. It's a kicker. It's not a big deal. I wouldn't say it's a like, Chris. It's kind of like a whatever at this point.
I like it. I like it.
Sure, I like him.
He might be your MVP.
Could be, Chris.
Ooh, who else is available here? I mean, wide receivers. Who's available? Okay.
I think I know who I'm going to take on the back. Woo! Who do we got? We got
Jacoby Myers off the board.
Tyler Higbee and Jacoby Myers. Like, literally, that's the first wide receiver in New England picked. So tell me again, and of course it comes from Mackie because he's big on Mac Jones. Tell me again, Mackie, how good Mac Jones is going to be this year, where the first wide receiver out of New England gets picked in round 14 in our draft. And we're at the end here. I'm going to go little boomer bust, but this dude I think could end up being RB1 as we move forward here. I don't know if he's a big pass catcher, so it might be a wasted pick, but all the same, I'm going to take him.
All
just
right.
happened?
Tyler Allegly. Yeah.
Oh, it worked. Oh, I was like, it did a weird thing. Mac Jones. Mac Jones is trash, and everything out of New England camp has been a disaster offensively this year, from reports I've seen.
All right. I think if no one poaches my guy, which I've already said once, knock on wood, I feel like I should have my last pick here before my kicker.
Casually, Scotty, you drafted Hopkins? LOL, that would have been my round 15 pick. Well, congratulations, he would have never made it to round 15. I drafted a dude who's a top 5 potential wide receiver that I don't need the first 6 weeks. I'll be fine. I'm going to win a lot of games those first 6 weeks. But the moment he comes back, he's in my starting lineup. He's going to be a monster. You kidding me? I'll take that all day. I'm thrilled about getting Hopkins.
This will be a boomer.
I don't understand people not taking him.
This will be a boomer bust guy. Uber explosive, tiny guy, slot guy, taking over for Christian Kirk in that position. I'm going to go Rondale Moore. he could stretch the field. I think he might be able to get like those big time plays. We'll see if he could get it done. We'll see. All right. There we go. All I have left is a kicker. Let's go. Michael Carter off the board. Matt Gay off the board. All right. Wait. So there was a couple other questions in the chat I wanted to get to. If Gallup comes back healthy, that's a great pick late, says Boss Hog.
I like Gallup. Well,
high five from ADHD crew, says Moon Princess.
Yeah.
Are you going to rate our teams after Kleps? That's not a bad idea. Maybe we rate some of the teams.
We could dive in quickly. I think Chris, we're not going to spend a ton of time.
I was fed up of people talking behind my back.
I used to be a bus driver, but I had to quit. I was fed up with people talking about. Thank you, P3 for the
P3P for the biddies.
Yeah. No, what were you saying?
Chris, I think we could run through, it's going to be really quick because we got to sign off tonight, but we could run through real quick and just address rosters and what we think of them.
Yeah, I can
very, very quickly. Right?
I can cycle through real quick. We'll go through it and see kind of what we like on some rosters, what we don't like on others. And I mean, we're going to rip apart all these rosters, right? They're all trash.
My roster is pure. I mean, it's like the Mona Lisa of rosters, Chris.
Oh, Mona Lisa. Okay. All right. Go PP3. Go Raiders. All about the Raiders. I know Scotty was hoping for a league-wide memory loss for that to happen, says casually.
I know Scotty, I was hoping for a league-wide memory. Yeah, I'm not going to forget about DeAndre Hopkins.
Casually says, yeah, you drafted Hopkins. That would have been my round 15 pick. Chargers should have stayed in San Diego or left for Vegas. Raiders should move to LA. Should have.
I mean, I think they probably had the choice and they didn't want to be second fiddle in LA like the Chargers kind of are to the Rams. Like they kind of essentially
Merciless, thank you for popping in. Hey, Merciless, who's your team?
A little shack shimmy.
Who's your team and where are you from? We like to get to know all of our Action Lab rats a little bit better. So let us know. Hey, she's got he or she's got the popcorn going. Welcome in. Let's welcome in Merciless to our chat. What's up? Yeah, who's your team? We have a lot of different fans of different teams here, so you'll feel right at home. I'm sure we'll pair you up with somebody, that's for sure. But thank you for popping in and being a part of it. Hey, Sachi. There we go.
Let's
Welcome
go, everybody.
Yeah, we got follows rolling in.
Rolling.
Let's go.
We love to see it.
Guys, all you guys who are new, let us know your teams. But we have contests that are free to enter for the NFL season. Pick'em is in the chat and Survivor is in the chat. Go ahead, click those links. Make sure you join in. We want to have as many people in there as possible because we're going to be giving away more prizes to the top finishers. The more people join in on those leagues. So make sure you join in on each of those contests. My picks are all set for weeks 1 through 3 already, says Moon Princess. She's on top of it. She's good.
Ready to go.
I haven't made my picks yet, but I will be doing that here soon. We are closing in on the start of the football season here very, very soon. So make sure you guys are locked in every Wednesday and Sunday here. And we'll also be live for that Thursday night football game to kick off the season. Make sure you guys...
2 weeks from today, Chris.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
Let's go. I'm so ready.
Let's go.
I am so ready for that.
That's the most perfectly timed let's go we've ever had. That was incredible. Aaron Donald committed an act of violence today. I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't see the fight, Chris?
I didn't see this. I've been
the Rams Bengals fight. Literally, he did his best Myles Garrett impersonation. He had a Bengals helmet in his hand and was absolutely slinging it, trying to hit people in the head on the Bengals with it. Now, the league has already come out and said, punishment within the confines of practice is up to teams. We're not in charge of punishing teams for what occurs in a practice, and they are going to stay out of it. So it seems like the Rams and Donald dodged a bullet, which I'm happy about. Like, let's watch. I mean, the Rams open up the season, obviously, against Buffalo. I want to see Aaron Donald out there. I want to see the best players for both those teams out there. So I'm happy he's not getting suspended in that fashion. But, man, that was dangerous. That was a dangerous move from that man.
I didn't see. I'm gonna definitely be going on there and checking that out. It's probably gonna hit our show on Sunday. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit deeper, depending on what ends up happening with like what comes down on that. But man, he's pulling Garrett Miles, right?
Miles Garrett.
Or Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett. Oh, Beantown goes with OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr.
Ooh, I like
our first dude that's not on a roster that gets picked.
Is he gonna get picked up?
Oh, at some point, for sure, Chris. I think a lot of people feel like he's gonna be back with the Rams at some point, but obviously tore his ACL in the Super Bowl, so the recovery there and the time frame is gonna be tricky. And the last time he tore his ACL, because this is the second time, it took him a long time to get back from it. So I don't know. I mean, at this point, take a shot on a big, high upside option, but does he do anything? Probably not this year, but we'll see.
Baker gets taken here. Carolina quarterback. Evan Ingram coming off the board next. Jacksonville tight end. Will Lutz, New Orleans. I think New Orleans will put up some points this year. I think Will get some nice field goals. They're in the dome. It's easy to kick, most likely, right? I'm just looking at kickers here. I'm being selfish. Let me see. Who do I like here? Screw it. I'll just go off the top. Maybe. Wait. Yeah, we'll just go with Folk. Whatever. I don't care. Kicker is a kicker. We'll do it. Let's do it. All right. So there we go.
3 picks remaining here, Chris. We have almost completed all 15 rounds here. We got 4 picks, I should say. Sorry. Deb, G-Girl, myself, and Mackie to close it out. I have to get a defense, so I haven't picked one of those yet. Spoiler alert. I'm giving that away to anybody that might pick Amir Abdullah. All right. Deb was listening earlier on. I like Abdullah, especially in a PPR league as a late round pick like this. I think he's going to be a third down back.
Is it weird that I like every other
Las Vegas?
Is it weird that I love every other Las Vegas running back besides Jacobs?
I mean, yeah, and people because Jacobs gets taken a little higher than maybe he should. But although I don't think he went super high in ours, he didn't. But at the same time, I don't know what's going to happen in that backfield.
Got to watch the Amazon Prime game tonight as the 49ers were playing tonight. And I live in the San Francisco market. Nice, B-Dub. Is Bridget in the draft? She is not. Here we go with the Jacob slander. I know, sorry, Clep. He might be fine.
Clep, it's all right because you got Isaiah Pacheco.
So you're
going to be fine. But start him day 1, week 1, and let it ride.
Okay, so what we'll do here is we will pull this over now, and
the draft isn't over, Chris.
Don't
be a jerk.
Okay. Well,
some of us have picks left. I'm just kidding.
We got G Girl here. We got you still on the clock.
Myself and Mackie gonna waste a pick.
Miko Hardman comes off.
Miko. Good old Chief. I gotta take a defense, and I'm taking the one. This is for Mackie. I am taking the one that plays the New England Patriots and Mac Jones week 1. I think I'm going to have a big defensive performance and a lot of sacks week 1 and picks with that garbage offense in New England.
Defense. There you go. Miami. All right. I like it. Okay.
Yep. And a kicker to finish us out. Dustin Hopkins. All right. I was like, this isn't my team that pulled up right here. I'm looking at your team, Chris.
So let's go ahead. Let's pull this out here, and we're going to look at some of these teams. Let me just squeeze this out. We'll boom this, boom this.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let's go ahead. We'll take a look at these. This is just janky, but we're just look at these. All right. Let's start at Beantown Brawlers. We'll start at the top. Beantown. So here we are looking at this. Rodgers. Nice, decent. All right. Needs wide receivers, but Jonathan Taylor, Williams, Allen, Metcalf, Thielen, Henry, Smith, Cowboys, Butker, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire to start out his bench with Sky Moore, Gallup, Burks, and Beckham Jr. Okay. All right.
I mean, I kind of like the upside of some of those guys on their bench. For sure, you get Treylon Burks, who seems like he might be in the doghouse in Tennessee, but a nice rookie. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, we'll see as a boomer bust, and Odell Beckham. Michael Gallup, once he gets back from his injury for Dallas, will immediately be wide receiver 2 there in a pass-happy offense. So looking at this roster, Aaron Rodgers is fine at quarterback. I mean, it's average at best. He's not a top 8 guy for me at the quarterback position in fantasy. I'm not saying in real life, of course. Obviously, you had the number 1 pick, took Jonathan Taylor.
Knockout.
Javonte Williams is a question mark for me. I'm just not. Being in Denver, I just hear the reports that like I love his talent, and if he was an every down back, absolutely. But I just think when you have Melvin Gordon on the roster, he's going to steal some carries. Keenan Allen's safe and reliable, and very good in a PPR league, especially. Thielen getting up there. DK Metcalf's kind of boomer bust week to week. Hunter Henry is kind of whatever at tight end. Devontae Smith has some big upside. This team's fine. There's some, I don't love the tight end. I don't love running back 2 or and we'll see what happens at wide receiver. I think it's solid, but not spectacular at wide receiver.
We're doing some roasts of some teams now. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
All right, next up.
And I'll probably be wrong.
And here's the thing. We go into this and we're like, oh man, my team's the best. And they end up maybe shitting the bed, or, other teams are like, man, that team does not look good. And it's like, they end up winning it all. So it's like, all these critiques are like, who knows? It's a gamble. It's a roll of the dice. You never know. Did average draft good and or normal tonight, Scott? Casually average. We'll get to that.
Casually average draft good and or normal. Yeah, he's up soon.
So here we go. Next one, cup yours.
Devil Doc is cup yours.
Lamar Jackson, McCaffrey, Akers, Williams, Renfro, Woods, Andrews, Singletary, Steelers, D, Carlson. Getting to the bench, we got Dillon, Wilson, Cook, Palmer, and Robinson. So, top to bottom, I think I like the quarterback. I mean, as much as we don't like him in real life, he's a stud when it comes to fantasy points. So, Lamar Jackson's going to be there. McCaffrey's a stud if he stays healthy. This is a boom kind of a team from like looking at some of the top picks that you took here, but yeah, there's a lot of things to like when it comes to your home run hitters if they pan out.
Yeah, Boss Hog real quick said, Scotty, when I hoist the Actionlab Fantasy Trophy, I will remember these words. So that was who I just addressed. I love it. Please remember it and dog on me, like just absolutely clown on me. I deserve it if that happens. This roster, I love Lamar as a fantasy option. Christian McCaffrey's great. Obviously, Andrews at tight end is really, really solid. I worry about the wide receivers here, Chris. Mike Williams is boomer bust. Hunter Renfro is going to be interesting now that they added Devontae Adams. You have Devontae, you have Renfro, you have Waller. How much, does Renfro get targeted? Robert Woods is going to be interesting. New, obviously moved to Tennessee now. What do his targets look like? How many targets does he get in an offense that will be predominantly a run first offense? So Lamar, McCaffrey, and Andrews are going to be very, very good for this team. The wide receiver is the big question mark here.
All right, there you go. Casually average right here. Let's go ahead. Let's dive in. So starting out, Russell Wilson and it's my quarterback. You got Zeke.
This is interesting.
Zeke and Pollard both Dallas Cowboys, right?
Weird. They have the same bye week, Chris. How does that happen? Oh, because they're on the same team.
And Samuel has a bye week, and Hunt has a bye week at week 9. So there's
Russell.
There's a lot of week 9 buys here, which is
I'm gonna look right now and see if I play casually average in week 9 because it is gonna be absolutely a gold mine if that's the case.
You know what's weird is like I look at bye weeks like once in the entire draft, and I honestly don't know if I have all bye weeks in 1 week either. So I mean, we'll see. So Wilson, Elliott, Pollard, Kupp, Samuel, Tyreek Hill, Goddard, Hunt, Bucks D. You got Tucker. Then we got Derek Carr, backup quarterback, Landry, Robinson, Collins, and Mayfield.
So this is the antithesis of the last team we looked at, where wide receiver was a concern. Wide receiver is not a concern here, Karis. You got Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, and Tyreek Hill. That's a monster lineup at wide receiver. But with that, because I would imagine that was probably the first 3 picks that Casually Average took in this draft. That you're costing yourself elsewhere. I don't love Russell at quarterback in a fantasy league. At this point, I think he's borderline top 12, but not someone I'm excited about. Having Pollard and Elliott is super bizarre. I don't think you should have your running back 1 and 2 in fantasy be on the same roster. Personally, Klept. Or this isn't even Klept. This is Casually Average. Sorry. Dallas Goedert, fine at tight end. Kareem Hunt's going to be interesting. Maybe he gets traded and that increases his value quite a bit. Because Kareem Hunt wants to be traded. The bench is, the good news is he's got Justin Tucker. How about that?
Justin Tucker. There you go.
What do you think, Chris?
No. I mean, I think you're spot on with. I think.
3 quarterbacks on this roster, though.
Yeah. 3 quarterbacks. I don't know if I would have drafted 3 quarterbacks. I drafted 2 just from an insurance policy perspective, and I never do that.
I drafted 1.
Yeah, I wanted an insurance policy for my team, but that was that. I don't think I would ever do a 3 quarterback, but that's maybe Baker starts shining. Who knows? Maybe Derek Carr plays out of his mind. Who knows? So, but yeah, I mean, I think the wide receiver is the strength of this roster here. Orioles. Let's go into Orioles roster here. Orioles, Josh Allen off the top. Obviously one of the best quarterbacks when it comes to being able to score points in fantasy. Henry, Stevenson, Brown, Mark Cooper, Chris Godwin. I like Godwin a lot. I think he's going to be coming back strong. But still, I think that there is those questions. I feel like he'll be good. I think he'll be on the good side of things. Hawkinson, nice tight end. Freiermuth, Ravens. McPherson, kicker. Going to get you a lot of points. And
Mahomes on the bench.
You got
Mahomes just sitting there on the bench.
You got 2 of the best quarterbacks here in this roster, which is pretty impressive. I'll say that. Patterson, Walker, Parker, and Ingram round out the bench. Now, let me take a look at this. Yeah, I mean, your strength is quarterbacks for sure. Let's just say you'll have your pick of the litter when it comes to being able to slot in maybe some matchups here. I think that you got a couple tight ends that are gonna mix and match. But I mean, Hawkinson should be your guy. You should use maybe a different option to flex potentially based off of whoever's playing the best at the time. But yeah, I mean, this isn't a bad lineup. Derrick Henry, I think, has some high upside if he's able to play at a high level. I mean, he's going to get a ton of carries. They're just going to feed him. So it's just a pure volume standpoint for him. Scotty, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah, obviously Josh Allen and Mahomes on the same roster. I don't think I've ever seen that in fantasy football. That's insane. Derrick Henry is going to be nice. I worry about RB2. The 3 wide receivers between Godwin, Cooper, and Brown are all fine, but none elite, in my opinion. You're not getting I don't even know if any of them finished top 15. You like Godwin? I'm worried about Godwin. I'm a little concerned him coming off the injury too quickly. And then you got 2 tight ends in your roster with Hawkinson and Freiermuth at the flex. So you're doubling up on tight ends. You don't often see double up, but I like, Hawkinson and Freiermuth in general. Coming on the bench, Kenneth Walker could be a guy that shows up big in Seattle potentially as a rookie running back. He's probably outside of Mahomes, my favorite bench player, but I don't know. I can't imagine having to decide week to week whether you're playing Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes.
That would be my
because you can only play one of them.
Yeah.
That would be stressful.
What's up, football wife? Good drafting, by the way.
Yeah. And Moon Princess, Scotty and me, week 1 is like fate. Do I play you week 1? Let's go. Let's go. Buffalo and KC going at it.
Cuban in the chat. I draft all QBs and then trade for a nice team. I mean, that's always an option.
Hey, why draft them when you can if you can just take all the quarterbacks?
Yeah, and then just trade for your whatever you want. And then we have this B-Dub saying Seahawks will finish 3-14 this year. I mean, they're going to be bad. I don't know if they're going to be that bad, but they'll be bad.
They'll win week 1, so...
All right, let's keep rolling through this. Klept's team here. Ooh, starting quarterback. We got Tua. Tua's starting quarterback. Eckler and Jacobs, Lamb, Moore, Johnson, Gesicki, Sutton, Broncos D, Will Lutz. And then let's get to your bench here. Juju. You got Bateman, Edmonds, Pacheco, and Tolbert. Now, he poached Pacheco from you on the bench. But I think the biggest thing here, is, quarterback. You only have... so you have quarterback, you have 2 on this roster. Let me see, where are we at? Hold on.
Just Tua.
Just 2. Oh yeah, just 1. What? Well, what is it? Oh, maybe. All right, never mind. Just 1. So that's maybe my weak point on this one. If I'm looking at it, like, I mean, Tua, I think he'll be fine. He's got a lot of options. I think he'll be getting points. I don't know if he's going to be in the top echelon of like some of the elite quarterbacks, but I mean, who knows? I mean, they got a new coach there that's very offensive minded from San Francisco. So we'll see how they work that in. But I love the running backs. I'm not a big fan of Jacobs. I already talked about that, so I won't dive into that. Lamb is going to be solid in Dallas. Moore is going to be, a decent option as well. Gesicki, nice tight end. Sutton is a flex. I think he's a good flex option there. And then Scotty, what do you think here overall?
This team for me is Eckler and wide receivers. Klepp loaded up at wide receiver after Eckler. And you see it with some of those other spots. I don't like Jacobs either. I don't like Tua. Gesicki is rumored to be on the trade market right now, so it'll be interesting to see. I like Gesicki as a player. I just don't know his fit with Mike McDaniel and what he wants at tight end, because he wants like a George Kittle that's going to be like a blocker, and Gesicki's not that guy. Gesicki's a pass catcher, so if he gets moved, that might be a good thing actually. But CeeDee Lamb, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, and Cortland Sutton, and Juju on your bench. I mean, Klept is loaded at wide receiver. That's definitely the strength of this team. Outside of having Eckler at RB1 is nice as well. So, my thoughts on that squad.
Okay, on to the next one.
Klepp likes the stack with Tua Gesicki. If Gesicki stays there, but yeah, it could be nice.
All right, next.
You never know.
Hey,
G-Girl coming in.
Thank you so much for the raid, coming in hot. I love it. Hey, G-Girl, thanks for being a part of Fantasy League, and thanks for the raid. Let's give a shout out to G-Girl. Devil Doc, if you can, that'd be great.
And everyone who's from G-Girl stream, we're diving into everyone's roster real quick. And we haven't dove into G-Girls yet, so stick around at least for that. So I can I don't even know if I'm going to obliterate it or like it. I don't recall all G-Girls picks. But G-Girl, how you doing? How you feel about your draft tonight? How you feeling about your team?
Go give G-Girl a follow if you have not already. She's obviously crushing always, so go give her a follow. Click away, come back. You won't regret it. By the way, everyone coming in, my name is Chris. This is Scott. We are your host for the Action Lab. We are live every Wednesday and Sunday. We are doing some fantasy football drafting tonight and on Monday night. But we will be live on Thursday Night Football doing just game watch with that. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that. And we also have contests that we are running. If you want to be a part of our contest, first of all, hit that follow button so we get to know you a little bit better. Tell us about your name and your favorite team and where you're from. And join in on some of our fantasy leagues. There you go. Thank you for the gifted sub.
Moon coming in and gifting a sub to G-Girl.
There you go. Love it.
Thank you so much. How you doing, G-Girl? I hope you had a good stream tonight. Well, you were streaming while drafting here. And we're going to dive in again to G Girls picks here in a second. We're about halfway through almost here. Not quite. I think this is team 6.
This is team.
This is the Buffalo Bills.
Team for the
This
lulz.
is Team Buffalo.
Team Buffalo. So here we go. We're going to break this one down. So we got Jalen Hurts at the top. I love Jalen Hurts. Barkley, Jones, Diggs, Judy, McKenzie, Knox, Claypool, Bills D. You got Bass as the kicker. Then getting into the bench, we got Jones, Njoku, Moss, Rudolph, and Lawrence as a backup quarterback there. So Trevor Lawrence is going to be the bye week quarterback. Hey, Rory McCracken, thank you so much. Hey, who's your team and where are you from, Rory? I'd like to get
Rory
to know you a little bit.
might be, or I think it's Roy. Now that I'm looking at
Roy
it.
McCracken.
Roy,
My
but
bad.
either way, maybe my favorite name ever, Roy McCracken. It just
crack.
It's nice.
Let's get it cracking, guys. Let's go. It's almost football season. Less than 2 weeks away. Let's get it.
Hell, if you mean Team Buffalo LOL here, as we get another Shaq shimmy and follow from that girl Z Didi? That girl Z Didi?
That girl Sid?
Maybe. I don't know. Let us know if we're wrong. We usually are.
Rory, you're joining our mods as the Steelers.
Again, Chris, it's Roy. It's just simply disrespectful.
Roy. You're joining in. Hey, we got a couple of both of our mods are Steelers fans, so you're going to be right
Steelers?
at home.
I scooped up Roy. I scooped up a little George Pickens late in the draft tonight.
Yes.
Excited about that. Love me. I think he's a weird dude. Super weird dude. But on the field, he was my wide receiver 2 going to the draft. Actually, go back and check the tape. He was wide receiver 2 in our draft rankings. Love me some George Pickens.
Love Hurts on this roster. I think Hurts is going to be a fantastic quarterback this year in fantasy. Maybe not, again, like difference between NFL wins and fantasy wins. Hurts will get you a lot of fantasy wins, I think. Got Claypool late. I thought that was a decent pick there. Speaking of, also Stephon Diggs. You kind of the Bills are going to be good this year. So, to jump on some of those Bills, be able to get some of those guys on your roster, I think I like that a lot. But Scotty, what do you think here? I think right here, wide receivers kind of, back and forth here with some of these, but still potential.
Yeah, there was a lot of heart involved with this one. Moon Princess, I can respect that. You love your team. Yep. You want guys on your team. So you have Tywan Jones, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie, and Dawson Knox, Bills defense, and the Bills kicker. I counted, I think, 6 of your 10 starters are Bills.
Well, a lot of week 7s. Who's playing?
And then you got Zach Moss on your bench.
A lot of week 7 buys.
Eventually, you're going to have to adapt here because on week 7, someone's probably feeling real good playing against you. But I like Jalen Hurts as a fantasy option. Obviously, I actually think Saquon's nice. I worry about RB2 with Jones. Stephon Diggs. Jerry Jeudy was taken when Cortland Sutton was on the board. I think Cortland Sutton's going to be wide receiver 1 in Denver over Jeudy. I like Cortland Sutton more. This roster, you got some bench options. Julio Jones could blow up, but this was very much heart, and I respect that.
It's all Princess. I love that. I love that too. Football wife up next. Let's see Football wife's draft. Let's see what she's doing here. Now,
remember that time she took Justin Jefferson instead of Jamar Chase?
Oh, I was shocked. I was like, you have your boy. You go with your heart. Speaking of going with your heart, and all of a sudden she's shot. That was a shock to me. I was like, man, Justin Jefferson's going to fall in my lap. I literally thought I was going to be able to get away with it. And she surprised me, but she stole Justin away from me threw all of you off. Yeah, you did. 100%. It was a trap.
It's a trap.
But Burrow, Fournette, Hall, Jefferson, Higgins, Lockett, Kittle, Mitchell, Packers D. Prater, Chris Olave coming on the bench here. Let's get to the rest of the bench players. Hines, Chark, Gage, and Ryan. I'm not going to lie. I love the bench. The depth here is, between Olave, Hines, Chark. I liked Gage. That was one of the guys I was kind of targeting late, and she got some value there. But looking at this roster, Burrow, he's going to be filled with options to throw the ball all around the field. Fournette's a nice pick there. I think he's gonna, they're gonna utilize him a lot in Tampa. You like Breece Hall a lot. I think, I do think that Breece Hall. My question is, the only reason why I just was like hesitant is just the fact that they're gonna be playing from behind so much. But he will get some catches. He'll get some, play, around that. So I think that is where he'll get some value. But I like the receivers here. Lockett as your third is, still decent here. So yeah.
Honestly, of the teams so far we've run through, this is my favorite team. No, I mean, I'm being honest. This isn't catering to football wife or anything. I honestly, there's not a lot of weaknesses here. Burrow at quarterback. I like you said, I like Breece Hall, and Fournette I think is going to be a top 10 running back. So you have nice pieces at running back to go along with Justin Jefferson, who easily could be wide receiver 1, T. Higgins, who's a monster, Tyler Lockett, who's still going to get play in Seattle. George Kittle's a top 5 tight end for me. Elijah Mitchell is a running back 1 for San Francisco. May not catch a lot of passes. That's the only thing there. But you have, you talked about the bench. You like that a lot. You got the Packers D, who is going to be a dominant defense throughout and a relatively easy schedule. So I love this roster. This is so far my favorite roster of the ones we've run through, Chris.
All right. Next up is yours truly, Chris Bayless. Let's go. All right. So starting out, Stafford, Montgomery, Dobbins. Then we get into the wide receivers: Chase, Pittman, Robinson, Kelsey, London. Then we got Colts D, Folk, Ayuk. And then as far as an insurance policy, Dak Prescott, Harris, Gordon, and Moore, who's late round pick. Now with this, just let's go. With this, I know already. I waited on running backs, right? So I sacrificed running backs. That's my biggest deficiency on this team. However, I feel like it makes up for in a lot of other ways where it could balance out. Moon Princess, always a pleasure. Got to get some sleep. Have a great rest of the stream. Catch y'all Sunday. Thanks, Moon Princess. We will see you back here. Let's send her.
Thank you, and start feeling better. You have 2 weeks until you're not allowed to be sick anymore. Yeah, because we're 2 weeks away from your Bills and your entire fantasy team playing on Thursday night. So
you better get
ready for that. Rest up, feel better. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for being a part of this league, and appreciate you.
Matt Stafford. The only reason I took a backup here is because Matt Stafford's elbow. I mean, he's going to be a good quarterback, but I think if there's any issues with that at any point, at least I got Dak Prescott to back up to slot in for whatever reason if he has to miss some time. So more of an insurance policy there. I'll take it. But as far as this team goes, Scotty, I'll let you rip it apart. Let's go ahead.
I mean that running back tandem is by far the worst we've seen so far. I'm not in love.
Okay.
Oh, what we've seen so far? You don't have an RB1 there. Everyone else at least has one running back that you can rely on. I don't know that you have a running back you could. I mean, there's potential with these two guys. I don't hate these two guys. I think Chicago is going to be a dumpster fire offensively, so I'm concerned there. And Dobbins coming off an injury, and Baltimore's always done running back by committee. So he's not going to get... at best, and he's not a huge pass catching guy. He's not like a third down back, so he's not a PPR guy. So, no, I don't like your running backs, honestly, Chris. I hate your running backs.
That's fine.
No offense.
We'll surprise some people.
You went too deep at quarterback, which is fine with two guys that are kind of like mid-tier. But I mean, your wide receivers, I love Chase, I love Pittman, I love Robinson. I would probably start Ayuk over London, honestly. But I like both those guys. And then you have tight end 1 and Kelsey. So obviously, while I trash on your running backs, everywhere else you're looking good. You have conservative, guys that'll get. I like your running backs, at least on your bench, are guys that are, I like boom or bust. They're more like consistent and will get you points week to week where you might need that. And I like with taking Stafford, you take Prescott, who But you're going to have decisions every week on which one of those to start. But they're pretty similar as far as my tier quarterback wise. So tight end 1, love your wide receivers. Like that you went too deep at quarterback just to be safe. I hate your running backs.
I love my running backs. I think they're fantastic. I think they're the best in the league.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. So, let's go. We got Diacola here, Deb in the chat. All right. So, Justin Herbert, Jones, ETN. You got Evans, Cooks, Anderson, Waller. You got, I don't even know. Kmet? Is it Kmet?
Cole Kmet.
Yeah. Bengals. You got Joseph, Cousins on the bench, Valdez-Scantling, Wilson, Carter, and Abdullah. Now, go ahead, Scotty. Go. You start off on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I like Herbert's gonna be nice at quarterback. Obviously, I like Jones and ETN at running back. I like both those guys. Maybe you're not getting a top guy, but I think both those guys are going to be solid and not weaknesses for you. Mike Evans and Brandon Cooks I like a lot. And I like Waller at tight end, of course. I'm where I get concerned is probably wide receiver 3, Robbie Anderson, and at the flex with Cole Kmet. Those are the two, obviously drafted later, so that makes sense. But those are the two maybe I'm a little concerned about. As you look at the bench, you have some wide receiver options with Cedric Wilson and Valdez-Scantling joining new teams, and Amir Abdullah and Michael Carter honestly could be. I mean, there's reports he's going to be running back 1 in New York to start this season for the Jets. So we'll see if that's true. But otherwise, I actually like this roster quite a bit. I just worry about wide receiver 3 and flex there, Chris.
All right, there you go. Good draft, in depth. Good draft.
Mm-hmm.
All right, G Girl's up next. G
Girl said earlier she did not like her draft. She forgot that there was a 3 wideout. Making excuses already, G Girl, which I respect. Might as well.
We got Trey Lance, we got Kamara, Connor, Adams, Davis, Kirk, Schultz at tight end. You got Nick Chubb in the flex. You got 49ers D, Gay, Tony on the bench, starting out on the bench side. Pierce, Dobbs, Dotson, and Hardman. So I really liked when you snagged Trey Lance. I think he was on both your and my radar. I mean, if he was dropping to either of us, I think either of us would have taken him. So love the pick at quarterback. I think he's like kind of a high ceiling guy this year. Kamara is going to be a high ceiling guy. The only thing I worry about Kamara is if he's going to get that late. If there's going to be a suspension at any point in the season, it's going to be at the end of the season, not in the beginning. So he'll play and he'll get you wins early. I just worry when the hammer's going to drop. So, but if he plays all season long, you're golden. You're set. Connor, Adams. So Kamara, Connor, nice running backs. You get into the wide receivers. Kirk obviously moved and got a nice little contract. But Adams, new change of scenery here as well. And then Davis. I think those are fine. These are guys that are like, middle tier guys, middle to top tier, with Adams being more of the top tier on this set here. But Scotty, what do you like here?
I mean, I honestly like this roster a bit. I think Trey Lance is I'm not sure how he's going to be as an actual quarterback, but as a fantasy option, I think he's going to get some things done. And I like it. As you talked about, Kamara and Connor are solid running backs at 1-2. Devontae Adams, obviously. Christian Kirk, I think, is going to be targeted a ton. I mean, they're paying him a ton of money in Jacksonville, so I think he's going to get a ton of targets, and he'll get a lot of catches and a lot of like wide receiver 3. I like Kirk more than I do Davis. Davis, I think, is going to be one of those boom or bust guys that like week to week has a huge week and then the next week is invisible. I know he has. I thought that was probably a reach at where that was taken. I like Dalton Schultz at tight end. That's probably tight end 6 for me at the worst with Dalton Schultz. So Nick Chubb will be interesting to see. He's not necessarily a guy that's going to catch out of the backfield and do anything of that. And then like, how is this offense going to be? Are they going to score touchdowns without elite quarterback play, but Nick Chubb is in of himself like a top 5 running back in the league, just purely based on his running ability. So there's upside there at the flex. You got Kadarius Toney, who has a ton of upside on the bench out of the Giants, but I worry about health there. I like the Damian Pierce pick. Romeo Dobbs. I mean, I kind of like this bench, actually. A very heavy wide receiver bench, but they also have 3 running backs. She has 3 running backs in the starting lineup with a running back at the flex. So I think this is a pretty solid roster, honestly.
All right, there you go, G-Girl. All set. Nice roster. All right, Scotty, here we go. Worst roster out there.
I'll let you dive into this, Chris.
Well, I mean, without even looking at the roster, if I just didn't even look at it,
Yep.
I know you're a boomer bust guy. You're always trying to finish first. So I could even, without even saying it, there might be a 2 or 3 guys on this list that, you know, if they don't pan out or if they don't have that boom, you know, you're taking a little bit of a risk with some of these guys. But, well, I mean, that's just without even saying, that's just how you play fantasy football, though, right? So, you know, I think that there's risks there that if they don't, should they not pan out, that could be, you know, you might be scrambling to find some people, you know, around the middle of the season. But Tom Brady, you got Cook, Swift, Waddle, St. Brown, Mooney, Pitts, Hopkins, Dolphins D, McManus. Obviously, you had to get a Bronco. Then you have Moore, Penny, Rashad Penny, Madison, Pickens, and Algier. Is that how you say it?
Yes, sir. I think that's right.
Yeah. I think the Dolphins D is kind of like a middle of the road. I don't know if it's going to get you much here and there. I mean, depending on who they're playing. I think they'll be fine. I'm not like, if I'm breaking down a defense, I know that's kind of like a.
Yeah, it was interesting. That's where you started. You went with the defense.
Well,
first.
that kind of
must mean my roster is just dynamite.
I just felt like that was kind of a weird pick at the end. There's like some really good defenses still available.
I think the Dolphins are potentially a top 10 defense for sure this year, and 2, they play a dumpster fire in week 1. I'm a guy that I transition off defenses based off matchups. I don't keep a defense all year.
Brady is a good pick. I like that. Dalvin Cook and Swift, I think, will be nice options. I think Swift's going to be a sweet option. He's going to get a lot of catches. He's going to get a lot of play. Waddle, obviously, in that offense. That's a hell of an offense in Miami. St. Brown, obviously, still in that Detroit. You know, you like your Lions this year. Obviously, you know, chairman of the board appreciates that.
Love me.
Kyle Pitts, you got a nice top tier tight end here, so I like the fact that you got one before they kind of like ran out of gas. There's only 2 or 3 top guys, and you got the last one of that top tier. Now, they're gonna be throwing a lot to Kyle Pitts, I think, because he's the only option, right? McManus, kicker.
Well, you better hope he's not the only option, because you got a wide receiver starting for your team in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, he's a starting for me based off of where I drafted him. Let's just.
Oh, so you're gonna follow my advice of starting Ayuk over him?
Well, I mean, it depends on the. We'll see. I mean, it might be a matchup type thing. We'll see. And then McManus. So, let's see. Mooney. Yeah, I think Mooney. You like Mooney a lot. I haven't been as high on Mooney as probably you are. But you have high hopes for him.
I do.
So, you know, that's kind of, you know, I think he'll be fine. I don't know how explosive he's going to go this year, but I think he'll be fine. I think they're overall pretty good picks. The bench for me, I think, is kind of lacking, in my opinion.
Oof. Could not disagree more, but okay.
So Pickens, you know, obviously you think he's going to be number 2 there, but there's, you know, we'll see. The quarterback that's going to be throwing in the ball is going to be a big factor in that. But I think, you know, maybe he could slot in. Madison, I think he'll be fine. But, you know, with your other running back situations and your other.
That's a handcuff, Chris.
It's a handcuff. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are late picks. So, I mean, I'm not going to they're late picks. Everyone's late picks aren't very good. So, but they're fine. the depth, I think, is where I'm not super like, it's meh.
Okay. Fair enough. Real quick, I think my RB1 and 2 is by far the best in the league. I wouldn't trade my 2 running backs for any other 2 starting running backs on any other team thus far. We'll see what Mackey has. I don't remember what he took for sure, but thus far, I think Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Swift are better 1-2 running back tandem than anyone else has in this league. Wide receiver, I mean, I don't have maybe a top 10 guy there, but I think Hopkins, once he comes back, is a top 10 guy. So that's kind of where I funnel that. And then Waddle, Brown, Mooney, and even Elijah Moore could all be top 20 wide receivers in my mind. So and will fall right in those lines. So I'm right in line there. Kyle Pitts, I think, finishes anywhere from 1 to 3 in the tight end rankings this year. So I love that. I'm thrilled. And my bench, I think Elijah Moore's nice. Really, really nice. I went boom or bust with George Pickens. I think Rashad Penny was a monster at the end of the season for Seattle last year. I don't know if you remember that, Chris, but he absolutely blew up the last few weeks once he finally got RB1 there. And he's going to be RB1 to start because they drafted Kenneth Walker, but he's been hurt. But here's the thing. I'm so happy with my first 2 running backs that I'm not overly concerned with my bench running backs outside of keeping Madison in case Dalvin Cook gets hurt. There's no way I'm ever going to start one of these other running backs on my bench over my 1-2 because I love my top 2 so much.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's why I'm not that worried about it. I like my team, Chris. I like my team a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a decent team. I'm not gonna say much else. I think you already know what I had to say.
Yeah.
Houston. Here we go. Last one,
Mackey.
So Mackey, he's got Kyler Murray. He's got Najee Harris, Mixon, Brown, McLaurin, Thomas, Ertz, Gibson, Saints D, Hopkins, and Miles Sanders to start off the bench with Lizard, Boyd, Higbee, and Myers. All right, go ahead, Scotty.
Chairman, wait, where's Mac Jones? Mackey did say that he was trying to pick him with his last pick, but they forced him to pick a kicker because he didn't have one on the roster. So it forced him to take a kicker at that point. Kyler Murray, don't love as a quarterback in general, but love as a fantasy quarterback. I think Kyler Murray is really solid. This is up there with my running back tandem. I think this is up there as the top 2 tandem in the league when you look at Najee Harris and Mixon. Both very, very reliable, potential top 10 guys at both of them. AJ Brown's nice. Scary Terry. We'll see what the quarterback play. I love McLaurin. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I'm just worried about the reports I've heard out of Washington's camp is like Wentz has not looked very good in camp. So what that means for them moving forward, and are they able to move the ball? I'm very down on Washington, so I'm only concerned about that because his talent is elite. Michael Thomas is going to be super interesting after being out for what it seems like a decade, how he bounces back. But if he does bounce back, he's nice. Zach Ertz is like a middle tier tight end for me. And Gibson's super interesting in Washington again. Double A on Washington players, but this guy is for whatever reason in the doghouse in Washington. Was not getting the starter snaps in preseason. That went to their rookie Brian Robinson out of Alabama. I love Gibson's talent. I love his ability, but for whatever reason, he is in the doghouse in Washington. So I don't know how viable he is as a fantasy starter at this point, because I just don't know the amount of touches he's going to get. His talent's legit in my opinion, but they hate him for some reason there. Boss Hog, does Washington still have Taylor Heineke? They do. He's the number 2 there. So, I mean, he might be a better option than Wentz, honestly. And then they drafted a guy what quarterback did they draft in the draft? I'm drawing a blank on now. It's going to bother me, but they drafted a rookie as well, who's their number 3. That's an up and, we'll see what happens there. Bench wise, you got Lazard, who could be nice. Miles Sanders is another guy like in Philly, what kind of touches he gets, but if he gets touches, he's going to be dynamite. I just don't know
There's a
what
lot
kind of
options.
workload he's going to get. Tyler Boyd's nice, but he's just the number 3 option in Cincy. Jacoby Myers is number 1 option in New England, but yeah, it's fine.
Gibson, it's Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, Brian Robinson might be the starter, but then I think Gibson will at least be in on 3rd down. G-Girl's mad. Took the Saints D from her. Stole away the Saints D.
There it goes. So there you go. Those are all the teams. It's going to be a fun league this year. We have a lot to get excited about. We have another draft coming up on Monday. We'll be doing another one of these. So if you guys are like trying to get some practice in and you want to just get some insights while we're drafting, is that we almost treated this like an actual NFL draft in a sense. Like, you know, as picks were coming off, kind of analyzing them and stuff. I like that. I like it. It's a little different take on a fantasy football draft. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that as well. We will be doing a lot more football content. We're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, guys. We've already mapped out our next couple of weeks with like over under, picking teams, making sure, you know, we understand who's going to be, you know, reaching those benchmarks. We're going to be talking about our picks to win it all, our picks to make the playoffs. We're going to be talking about all sorts of fun things here. We'll have our week leading up to week 1. We will have our previews of all those games, our best bets, everything. We did that every single year. We're going to have so much content for you guys. You guys won't even, your head will be spinning. Scotty, everyone, I don't know how they can take it all, but we have a lot in store.
It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. We'll be back here Sunday night prior to that Monday night draft, covering all the latest news in sports and talking about some NFL preview stuff that we haven't dove into yet. Thank you guys. I mean, this is so much fun. Thanks for everyone that participated in this draft. We'll see everyone on the Monday draft. And everyone who's following along, appreciate the love, and thanks for joining us. And hopefully you'll come back on Sunday.
Yeah, no, come back on Sunday. We will be here live with you guys in the Action Lab. We will be doing every Wednesday and Sunday, guys. Catch us in the Action Lab. We'll always be streaming Wednesdays and Sundays. That's going to be our bread and butter throughout the course of the season, with some Thursdays mixed in for Thursday Night Football. So great time. Thanks for the league and your time, fellas. You're very, very welcome. Hit that follow button if you have not already. It means a lot. And let's make sure you guys are here each and every time. Hit those notifications. Make sure they're turned on. Exclamation point contest. Let me get that out again. If you want to join in on our other leagues, if you're like, man, this is a lot of fun, I want to join in on something else. Let's go ahead. Let's throw at exclamation point contest. Here you go. Pick'em League and our Survivor League. We want to grow these bigger. I want to get into like the 50s. Can we get into the 50s on each?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's join in. We can't wait to have you guys as a part of it. So let me see if there's anybody to raid out here. Otherwise, we will just end it and let it go. But Scotty, any other thoughts? Any other things that you want to talk about while I see who's online?
No, again, I just appreciate you all. I think G-Girl said it was fun. Football Wife said they had a good time. Yeah, appreciate you all for joining us. Chairman said it was a good time, and he'll be in the draft on Monday, along with Helv, who's already ready for Monday. Helv is going to kick us off on Monday. Helv has the number 1 overall pick on Monday. Helv, sneak peek, who you taking? Who you taking at 1? Just give us a little something. Give us a little taste. No one can steal that pick. It's yours. So you telling us now won't affect it.
He's like, I ain't telling you.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and raid out Human Juke. Human Juke, he's one of our favorites to raid here. He does a lot of fun requests when it comes to, he does piano, keyboard, he does all sorts of cool things. He is super entertaining. Go give him some love, and he's definitely been a big fan of our show as well. So make sure you guys go take care of him. But go out there. It's downhill from here. We'll see you back here Sunday. It's almost Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Be a good person and go live in the moment between now and Sunday. Put that, go out and just enjoy the company, the mountains, the ocean, wherever you're at. Go and enjoy something.
What if they don't have either of those things, Chris? Now you just make them feel about living in the middle of the country.
If you're living in Wyoming, I'm sorry. Go enjoy.
I think Wyoming has mountains, Chris.
Not a lot.
Do they not?
Kansas?
Don't they?
Kansas?
Kansas is great. Don't you dare. Bite your tongue.
Nebraska?
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, Nebraska. No, just go out and just put the phone down and enjoy something in life. I don't know.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
This is so eloquent, right? Go give Human Juke some love. We will see you back here Sunday. Love you guys.
Love you all. Thanks so much.